Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tuesday night. This is MinusOneCHarisma with our Aventide D&D homebrew stream. If you'll notice, Daye's got some festivities on her chair.
Balloons!
And a 1, and a 2, and a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abraham Lincoln. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much!
And
Thank you
many
so much!
more. Oh,
Good night,
Kate's got the
Manhattan,
crazy
I love
thing.
you. And then, sorry. Estas son las mañanitas que canta Do you want like the 30-hour long continuation? Because
You've got the time.
Some things never change. In nature, as they say, abhors a vacuum. So when you stick men in hell, it's only a matter of time before some of them decide to try and become king of the damned and rule over the misery. It's strength in the various costumes she wears that usually dictates which asshole steps up. A thick neck starts exerting their will on the rest. Take our boar-headed friend, for example. Sometimes, though, strength draped in a different cloth also toes the line. Sees that king of the damned anointing himself and says quietly but firmly, "No." And that's the strength of character, of will. I've seen it a handful of times in my life. General Gathrin had it. He could move men to action just by standing on a battlefield alongside them, have them spilling their guts against a wall of misfortune, and yet never hear one complaint coming from the scraps of men left scattered and dying. Even after their blood had dried, spread around them like velvet capes of honor. I knew a man. Years ago now. I was younger. He must have since passed. I saw him walk calmly and confidently into a burning building. The second story was already belching flames out the windows, and the thatch roof was popping and crackling like a winter's moon bonfire, but the man didn't rush. He was calm and deliberate. He stepped over that threshold while everyone else stood back and shielded their faces from the heat and ravage of the flames. He disappeared into the smoke like a ghost through the wall of a crypt. And right when I had written him off as a suicide or a moth-minded corehead, he emerged, wreathed in ember, with a small bundle in his arms. A child no one knew was in the building. He delivered that baby from a hellish death, passed it to an onlooker, and then walked away down the street with the same small, deliberate steps, trailing the smoke behind him like a banner. I found him later, sat by a well in a neighboring square. He was washing his hands, face and neck where the fire had boiled the skin to blackened blisters. I did what I could to dress the wounds, and I asked him, why? Why choose to walk into that? And this I'll never forget. The man's eyes met mine, his face soot-streaked and ruined where the fire had ripped across it, but his eyes, they were as clear and calm as the well water pouring over his hands, and he said, I knew, so I had no choice to make. And that little elven girl has it too. Living in a hellscape, and what does she do? She rallies and grabs the cloth of chaos into her small hands and starts stitching out order. One small action at a time.
You guys, you hear those echoing screams, those pleas, the last spark of a dying man as that weird, strange creature with the human face and the big mane, the giant dracal wings, and the thick, muscly body starts to bat this old man back and forth, left or right, toying with him. Almost, when it turns towards you, it's pretty far away, but you can almost see this giant grin just plastered on this face, almost like a child on its birthday, opening up a toy that his parents just gave him. Just this jubilation. And this man just screaming, "Someone help me, please. Help me. I've done nothing to deserve this. I've done nothing." And just to the side, Akoto, with that belt and the 3 canines, one of which, Pup's sister, stares, smiling, almost this look of superiority on his face. So content to be up looking down on this man who couldn't have defended himself anyways without this beast. And as you're watching that, and those of you inside the camp who are listening to that, you just hear him say, yelling out into the caverns, "I will not tolerate insubordination. I rule here. You are here for me. You are all my playthings. I will do whatever I want with you. You are my property. Do not ever forget." And with that, he pulls a small knife out. And you can see this purplish gleam to the knife, like the metal is enhanced. It's enraptured by this sparkle, violet, almost waves of pure essence flowing from this blade. And he slowly walks over to this beast, the manticore, and he just cuts ever so slightly right above the shoulder blade, and you hear the manticore scream this inhuman, it's more like static than a scream, but what you can assume would have been a scream if it could speak. And its eyes glow with the same kind of violet hue, and immediately it pounces on this old man. And you expect to hear screaming and maiming, but you hear nothing. And slowly, the manticore pulls back, as if it had just drank in its full fill of from a well, and it turns, and its face now resembles that old man. And it turns, and you see that old man start to reach around, blind, deaf, unaware of his surroundings. And you see his face is now gone, just flat, blank slate. And the manticore, with the old man's face now, grins, deeply satisfied. And it starts to just turn around, looking for something more, something else it can dominate. What are you guys doing? Pup, Rezik, and Dresden, you are in the lows, that barracks off to the side. And the rest of you were in the camp. You maybe could see through a little bit of this through the wooden fences that were placed to keep all the white ones and the prisoners in one cage, but you definitely heard all this.
Yeah, I like while it's all happening, I would just like subtly like hooked my finger with Pup's finger, like we did before, just like very subtly, so no one like really sees, but I'm just kind of like just shaking with like anger.
Mm-hmm. Dresden, one of the other guards in the lows with you kind of chuckles. Glad I'm not out there. Can you imagine? Koto's going crazy. That man's wild.
Yeah, real wild guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealing faces. It's so wild.
Such a funny word, right? Wild. Wild, yeah.
Better him than me though, right?
Well, that's what they say, right? It's a saying that people say.
All right, man. Whatever. And he kind of like wanders off to trying to like talk shit behind your back to some other, you know.
Yes, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
want to poke Dresden. Be like, can a lot of other creatures do that? Like steal faces? I thought that I was the only one that could steal faces. Did he just do the same thing as me?
You were asking the exact wrong person that question. I have no earthly idea.
Have you seen the thing before? Have you seen that thing before? Can you see right now? I like talking to Rezik.
I can see. I haven't seen anything like that before ever. That was weird.
Yeah. No. I'd rather not see it again. If that's
Kelwise,
possibility.
you were helping Freewin make stew, and Freewin, you notice her hand trembling ever so slightly. She's looking away on purpose, trying to ignore it, to push it off to the back of her mind. Business as usual. You kind of notice that. And the rest of you, the camp is pin drop silent. People don't even want to breathe loudly right now.
But nobody's trying to hide. Everyone is just outside where they were.
I mean,
But
people
quiet.
people have really just, I mean, there's really nowhere to go. You could go in a tent, but that's not going to protect you, you know? You just get a look, and the air of the people around, they feel, it's like they're all naked and exposed, and there's nowhere to go. There's no way to cover up. They're just stuck, and they have nowhere to go. That's kind of the general vibe you're getting from the people.
Can I ask Freewin, does he bring that thing out often?
He's only brought it once before.
And what caused it that time?
I do not know. That man is vile. He experiments on those who are unlucky. Many beasts. I've heard stories. It is hard to tell the mind of someone who is insane and pure evil.
That's absolutely the truth. Do you have any insight on him, though? Is there anything you know about him? Anything else you can help us with? Because, you know, we're going to have to get rid of that guy if we're going to make it out of here someday.
Get rid of him.
Well, in a manner of speaking.
All I can tell you is he has many beasts, all which bend to his will, but not absolutely. I've heard he has problems controlling some of the bigger beasts sometimes. If they are scared or jolted, they can be unruly.
Am I with Kelwise? I don't remember where.
Yeah, you're
okay.
with Kelwise and Cornelia.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna kind of chime in and ask. Well, if he were to not be around anymore, do you think they would be more dangerous or less dangerous?
I don't know. I would assume just as dangerous as they are. Maybe better if they were caged and no one released them.
What do you think will happen to the pit if he's not around anymore?
I'm sure they'll just send someone else. Just as vile, just as evil. It's hard to tell. Although Akoto is a very unique man.
Unique how?
his disposition towards the grotesque seems boundless.
Ah, so particularly bad.
Yes.
Great. Well, we're surrounded by a lot of that, so par for the course.
But I guess it would be worth the gamble to get rid of him, if that was something you were capable of doing.
If he's going to do things like that, then
I do
absolutely.
not approve of killing, but I do not approve killing people, life, and I do not see him as somebody who is even alive anymore. He is a perversion of life.
Well, might have to turn the other way in case it comes to that.
Do you have any, I don't know, help with that? Is he ever in a vulnerable situation or at a certain time?
Or ever without his animals?
His animals, he keeps them around him at all times. If nothing else, he is paranoid. That belt
How
he
tight
keeps
it-
around his waist, he rarely goes anywhere without it.
How tight is security around here at night? Are there lots of guards or no?
At night. There is no night. There is no day here.
Well, when do you sleep? When do you all go to sleep? Is there...
Well, we take shifts. Those who work get their rest so that they can cycle back in to work. There is no day or night here. Only, I suppose, the wooden platform that brings us things is the only indicator that time has passed at all.
Right.
You said
right?
he's paranoid. Do you think maybe if one of his creatures died or went missing, that would stroke that paranoia?
Possibly. But killing one of his monstrosities seems very unlikely. As you can see,
Well, I
it's
didn't say kill it,
powerful.
but, maybe release one or maybe make one disappear or something. We're trying to get creative.
You could try.
Might have to.
No. I don't know how you do that, though. There are giant locks on each cage.
Well, locks have more than one way of being broken.
I will leave that up to you.
And I'll leave it up to someone else. I'm stuck in here.
Oh, well. Seems like a very difficult plan to pull off from here.
Well, we're gonna have to have a conversation with our friends on the outside and see what we can arrange.
I see. And as that's happening, you start to hear... Maybe it's a crying? It almost sounds like someone young crying with that same static. And that old man's face starts to blend into what looks like a young boy, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and then it morphs again into a woman, and then it morphs again into what looks like a dwarven man, and it starts cycling faster and faster. And Okoto starts yelling something in a language you've never heard before, and he starts yelling and barking orders, and this manticore seems to just start clawing at its own face, and then it stops suddenly, and you look and that blade has pierced its back again, right above the shoulder blade, and it kind of sucks in and then seems to calm down, and its face molds one last time, and it fixes itself almost. The scars and scrapes that he had just made to itself seem to right itself, and it stops on this youngish girl's face. Kate, roll a perception check. You and just you, I guess.
Just me. Okay, perception.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby. Ooh, 16?
16, that's enough. You can just barely make it out, and it's hard from the fence. They can't really see it, but because you have that window vantage point, when the manticore turns around, you see a face that looks familiar. Maybe someone that was... You go back, and it was from the other group in that cage that had come over with you, and you didn't really talk to her, but you remember from the drawings that Rezik had made and Daye's memory. This face is Myrtle.
Hey, don't you think that kind of looks like Myrtle? I'm pretty sure that looks like Myrtle. Hey, do you still have the drawing that you did of Myrtle?
Oh my. Yes. I take the paper out that I sketched Myrtle on. Very subtly, so no one can see. Just me and Pup and Dresden.
All right. Yeah, it looks like a perfect match. Minus the mane and giant body and wings, but...
Do you think that you could have just taken the face and that Myrtle's okay? I don't really know how this guy works.
Oh. It's professional.
Asks up to these two, Rezik and Dresden.
I have the correct mic now. It's
Oh, that sounds
possible.
better.
Back and forth. I'm just letting you have your moment.
It's definitely possible. I mean, we know they said that she was sent to the plank, I believe. So maybe defaced and also sent to the pit or to the plank. Makes sense here because there's a lot of overkill. So I'd get that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm not sure.
It's
Wait,
possible.
so is okay or is not okay?
Not sure. Most likely not okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Probably dead.
Probably.
That's...
But the whole faceless thing is pretty weird, right? Kind of a strange coincidence that we saw faceless people in the bourgeois place, and now we're seeing faceless people here. Weird.
Is it more of a hoaxes thing then?
I don't know. Not
Do you
sure.
think that big thing, is that big thing hoaxes?
Do we have any idea what? And quietly, do we have any idea what like hoaxes actually is?
Said to be a dream demon, but that's from the bourgeois' lips, so I take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Literally. With 100% trust.
Oh God.
We're best friends. He would never lie to me.
Kind of feel like maybe we should have probed that a little more. Like, hey, can we get just like a 5x5 description? Okay. Yeah, because that is concerning.
I question, would any of the creatures, have we seen any of the creatures, or is it just the guards?
You can kind of see a little bit through the fence, like through slits in the fence. If you were looking, you can kind of see what's going on. It's not a great view, but you could see the creature itself. Yeah, like the outline.
Are any of them creatures that would speak Infernal that I can tell?
Maybe.
Okay.
And I had a question too. That old guy, is he dead now? Faceless and dead?
No, it seems like when you look
Or-
through, he's just like reaching around, like he's locked in a prison of his own mind.
Okay, so when you say faceless, all features of his face are gone?
Yeah, so it's like almost flat with like maybe a little bump where a nose was, maybe a little bump
Uh-huh.
where the mouth was, and the ears too have just been.
Is it like
flattened to the side of the
the...
head?
Like the...
Ugh.
Yeah, very similar to that.
Like a Ken doll.
But somehow still able to breathe.
Yeah, it seems like.
Okay, so just the worst of all worlds. That's awesome. Yeah.
You see, yeah, and it looks like he's just reaching around, like touching the ground, feeling like just searching.
Looking for something to kill himself with? Yeah, we've all been there.
And as you guys are kind of looking at this, you see the manticore start huffing again, and as he starts huffing, Akodo kind of walks up and kicks it pretty hard. Oi, get in line. What's up with you? What's up with you? And you just start to hear, and everyone, and it's booming and it echoes. You just start to hear in this deep tongue that Daye you would actually recognize, but you just start to hear like, and it's deep, and to the rest of you it sounds like, Ola yoya, oslanai, Ola noya, oslanai. And Daye, you can hear.
Translation.
You can just hear, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? In this very confused tone. Lost.
That's from the manticore, not
And
Akoda.
that's from the manticore's face, the myrtle face. And it's just huffing, and every once in a while just and Akodo, you can see him visibly getting upset. And that knife, he looks at his knife and it's not shining with that same violet glow anymore. And you see this manticore start to just shake its head, twitching a little bit, a little upset, kind of losing its balance. What are you guys doing?
Just as an aside, has it been like 10 minutes?
It's been like, 5 or 10 minutes, yeah.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, a little short rest there.
Well, I'm gonna turn to the people I'm with and be like, Oi, I can understand it. It doesn't know who it is. He's torturing them things too. Honestly, guys, I think we gotta kill this guy. He's the absolute worst.
Well, he definitely seems like a mega jerk. So, yeah, 100% behind you on that one.
Yeah. What do we do?
I can talk to that thing. I can try and communicate with it if we get close enough. Maybe when the other guys come back, they can lead us down that way under the pretense of getting in trouble or something. But I could actually try and talk to some of the creatures.
Do you think you can get the Manicore to attack him?
I can try. I can maybe find out a little more about what that knife does to it and stuff.
Well, that's all a great idea.
Yeah.
I also wanted to take a look through the fence and see if I could do an investigation check on Akodo.
Sure, yeah, roll an investigation check.
Oh, just an 11.
An 11. From his stature, you got the. He seems like a pretty arrogant guy, walking around with that belt on. And from his stature, you sense indecision, maybe unsure. His footing's a little less stable, more pivoted to back off, almost defensive.
He didn't have any particular obvious like maladies or anything. Like he's not limping or something, or like has a crippled left hand or something, something useful.
No, nothing like that. In fact, he looks very strong. He looks like a strong human.
Okay.
Kind of barrel-chested.
Is it really just gut that he's like kind of sucked in and pushed up, or?
Maybe. It's hard to tell, but.
Okay. He's got a belt on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
And he's a bit on the taller side too, so. And as that's kind of going on, you start hearing those wolves and dogs on his the wolf and 2 dogs on his belt start to growl and start to take defensive poses against this manticore who seems to be losing its grip more and more and more. Like they're ready to pounce. And as this just gets worse and worse, you start to see the manticore again clawing at its face, almost screaming out, and just its face starts to just shift, almost like a bunch of papers flipping quickly. And you just hear that same, "Who am I? Who am I?" But the voice seems to start changing with every face. A young girl, an old man, an old woman, a middle-aged man, and then back to a young girl. All different kinds of pitches, and you see Akoto just start backing away slowly, more and more and more. Drops the knife, quickly unlatches his belt, and starts booking it back towards his place and the highs, leaving those two dogs and the wolf just still snarling, barking now at this manticore who's just writhing all around.
Oh, no. Trust, I think it's your time.
He left the dogs and the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trust, can you get him to chase? Can you talk to him and see if he can chase Akoto?
How close is the manticore to this fence that we're seeing things through?
That's a good question. Let's go to our...
Would I cause a ruckus if I started trying to talk
Excuse
to
me,
it?
manticore?
That was me saying hello.
And I'm gonna stand back.
I'm watching this
while
stream. I
she's
can
doing
see
this. Oh wow, so what?
Oh damn.
Going up north?
I believe in you.
That way.
Okay.
So that's where we are. We're up in the safety of inside. Great.
So Doggy has been dropped off belt.
That sounds like an opportunity.
I know.
Yeah.
Really bad opportunity.
Yeah.
But like it's this thing. It looks like a solid wall on the map, but it's a fence. Like there's slats. Like, okay. No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
It's a 15-foot thick.
I'm
That
go
fire
see
is
about that
nasty.
belt. I'm gonna
Okay.
go see about the belt. I'm gonna go see about the belt. I'm gonna go see about the belt. I'm gonna go
I'll
see
go.
about that belt.
Can I, when I see Pup going towards the belt, can I please I wouldn't see her like leave. Well, I want to be what? Right, but I want to be like up against the fence watching what's happening.
Okay.
It's spell
Like-
time. Gonna go for option spell.
Yeah.
And then I would like to cast Thaumaturgy and boom my voice out loud.
Okay.
And I would like to speak in Infernal and tell the Manticore that friends are here to save it. Attack Akoto in Infernal.
Roll a persuasion check.
But yeah, James, I'm going to follow Pup, and I'm going to cast Mage Armor when we get like kind of closer to it, so no one sees me casting it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay,
Oh.
well, there's a big wooden latch on the door, like a big cover. You guys would have to throw
Alright.
that off to get out.
Great.
Sorry, Daye.
It's not a back door.
You what did you get for your persuasion?
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So your voice booms
Take
in this
one day.
deep, infernal,
Dice.
devilish tongue, a language you're not even sure where you learned. You just knew it. It was deep. It comes from deep within your being.
Larynx.
Yeah. And you yell that out. Friends are here. Attack Akoto. And instantly that head, just clawing at itself, just stops slowly.
Mommy?
Looks up. Turns. Looks to you guys over there. Sister. Sister, you know who I am. Calls out to you in Infernal. I have lost myself. Please help me. And you hear, and it just starts flying, lifting into the air, and those animals are like backing off, still barking and snarling, and turns, and it starts flying straight towards you, Daye. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing in the?
And it gives you a nice hug.
Its mouth.
Help!
So if you guys have gotten to the door or whatnot, I'm gonna get up, sort of like make a little bit of a ruckus, like whoa, you're too drunk to be heading out. Don't be drunk and head out there. And I'll give Rez a wink, like, hey, play drunk, throw open the thing, and then I'll be like, oh no, I'll have to go after that. You know, tale as old as time.
Don't tell me what to do, man.
As you run over to start pulling that.
God, eat chocolate, hot chocolate. I go find hot chocolate somewhere else.
And as you guys go to flip that, 3 of those Ashen Rider guards run over to stop you immediately. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, they're drunk, you know.
Hot Chucky
Drunk.
time. Hot
Don't go out
Chucky
there.
time.
Why would you go out there?
Hot-
Are you insane?
Shh, I put my finger
You're
like.
getting crazy. All right, we need to take care of business. Get out of the way.
It's death out there. You understand that,
It's-
right?
It's
I
hot
live
Chucky
with
time out there. That's what time it is, actually.
Both you guys give me a performance check.
Hot Chucky performance.
Yeah.
Let's go.
13.
13.
A 10.
A 10. You guys are drunk, and Pup is drunk in her own, their own pup way. Pup doesn't quite, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't seem like they question whether
like
or not
when
they're
kids pretend to
drunk.
act like their parents when they drink their big kid grape juice.
They've seen it, but
Yeah,
they don't know.
But
exactly.
it seems like they're still hell bent on keeping that latch solid on the door.
Can't keep me out of my big wheels, okay? My big wheels.
I start growling.
Okay. Roll an intimidation
You're gonna
with
let
advantage.
You're gonna let me get my hot chalky, or you're gonna lose an ear. This is Kate talking, actually.
Like hot chocolate.
I see.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. So yeah, Pup starts growling, and instantly those guys just jump back, really, really spooked. And one starts. You hear under their breath like, "It's black magic. They're one of them. Doubling in the magics."
It's just
They
a freaking
seem-
growl. Get over yourself. Get out of the way. Let the big guns take care of this.
And it seems
I
like
start,
they're
pushing
just
Abby out
like,
of the way.
"We will not let you back in.
Yeah.
We warned
I
you."
wanna like grab one by like their shirt and like whisper in his ear. I'm not coming back till you have hot chalky.
I can't write this.
Let him go.
I'm going to fix this.
The guy, you see the guy instantly.
You can blame Eric for this.
He makes a hand signal. You know this is a religious signal usually used in blessings from Mayan to ward off bad spirits. And he starts making a short chant, almost to keep this curse of whatever hot chalky is off of him.
Man, I kind of want some hot
You
chocolate.
see him just holding his pendant to Mayan and starting to whisper holy texts, but it seems like they're going to let you guys do whatever the hell you want. So you throw open that latch, and the door opens. Meanwhile, Trust, you just hear deeper and deeper and deeper. Until right over you, this massive, massive beast. And the second it clears the fence line, chaos. People just start running every which way, trying to get away. And that chaos, the screaming, the panicking, you start to see the Manticore's face just start getting more and more and more upset until boom, slams down and just grabs the nearest person in his claw and rends them. You see one claw clearly pierce through the entire vertebrae of this poor, it looked like a human woman, just instantly dead. And it lets out that again, one of those cries that's almost static as it screams into the air, just slamming the ground.
Like a Godzilla roar?
I'm gonna run up to it and try and calm it by just speaking to it. Like having someone that can understand it will hopefully calm it. And be like, calm, these are not your enemies. We can help you. We can help you. Breathe. All
right, roll a perception check.
I'm hiding.
Persuasion.
I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Okay. Yeah, and Daladale and Zuna had grabbed Freewind and likewise are huddled behind a
This
tent.
is persuasion again?
Persuasion,
But
yeah.
somewhat
18.
close to Daye or Trust, but I am hiding.
Yeah.
But not
so
too
Trust,
far.
you walk up with that Chris Pratt, like, raptor arms.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I can see
Yeah,
it
you
a
walk up
lullaby in
and,
Infernal
and it's
too.
stomping and it slowly turns its head sideways towards you. And it just looks at you, wide-eyed. And then it moves closer and closer and closer to you until it's about an inch away from your nose. This huge
I keep my
beast.
cool.
Yeah. Sister. Who
Brother?
am I? You must know who I am.
You are a manticore, and Akodo has been.
Manticore.
And Akodo has been using you for his own will. He's been using all of us and all of the other creatures. He must be punished.
Akoto punished. Who is this Akoto?
The man who stabs you.
Oh, Master. Master
He's-
cannot be punished.
Why?
He is the master.
But he has hidden you from yourself.
Does he know who I am?
He does, and he refuses to tell you.
And you see he's just getting more and more agitated, just really angry. He's just huffing right in your face. And as he's that close, you see steam slowly just coming out of his mouth, that violet steam with every breath.
Ooh.
And it's
Yeah, this feels very Ghibli
almost
for some reason.
filling you. It's almost like that like a contact high would be, but it's almost filling you. You just feel like the air is full of energy, almost explosive energy. Like if you lit a match, this whole place would just become an inferno. It's that almost crackling firecracker energy just out of his breath. I must find Master. And with that, just up into the air. What are the rest of you guys doing? Sorry, Kelwise, what are you doing?
That purple sort of smoke that was coming out, did we recognize like a smell or something from that? Maybe from like the bourgeois?
Yeah, it's
is it
clearly
core
that
for
same
sure?
Core. Yeah, it's
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
This animal
Just making
has
sure.
been, if you can call it an animal, whatever it is, has been clearly messed with and then experimented on with this core. And he starts flying around, and as he's flying, you see his head just start swirling like this, almost as if it doesn't really know, and it starts looking around again. It's kind of unsure about what's going on. What are the three of you guys doing? You guys are outside, so you leave the highs, and then you hear almost immediately, and that latch is done.
Yeah, and I do one of those like, wait, no, like I'm trying to collect my drunk friends, and all of a sudden, you know, the door shuts, and I'm like, no, oh wait.
We're gonna get a promotion.
I was planning on stealthing over. Like I wasn't trying to make it known to Akodo that I'm going over. Like once I'm out, I was trying to.
Yeah, Akodo seems to have just ran back into his whatever, leaving the dogs there, or the wolf and the dogs.
Maybe we
You can
collect.
stealth
I
over
also
there if
want
you'd
to like stealth so that the dogs also don't see me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all eyes are pretty much on that giant flying beast right now. Most of the attention is, so you could probably stealth over there. So roll a stealth check.
My idea is to stealth over and then put that sucker on. 22. Thank you, Bobby Dice.
2.
Damn,
right.
Bobby.
Going good tonight.
Give it time.
I have them out already.
All right, yeah, you stealth out, and the cover of the manticore is perfect. As you run over and you manage to get real close, right up to that belt, and you're just gonna grab it and put it on. Once you put it on, you notice on the inside of this belt, there's little what look like needles. Almost. Very fine little needles. So if you were to put it on, those needles would just stick into your body.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay? Yeah, you do it, and you take 1 point of piercing damage as this belt literally wraps itself around you. And it's very, very, very faint, but you feel a little bit of blood start to really mix into this belt, and immediately you hear 3 thoughts, all chaotic, all jumbling around, one of which very familiar to you. And it's not really anything verbal. It's not anything that you can necessarily understand through language. It's just these thoughts and these emotions. There's three extra sets of them swirling through your head right now.
Got it. Hey, 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 hey!
And immediately they all kind of like look at you. And for the first time, your sister kind of looks to you, and her tail just starts, and she just runs up to you and jumps up into your arms. And immediately the other two just kind of start sniffing your feet, sniffing your knees, sniffing your butt, everything.
Oh my gosh, I miss you so much. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. Hi, can we
But
all
at
be
the
all the
same
best friends?
time-
Are these your other friends?
Dresden, you and Rezik hear that.
God.
And you see the manticore looking around and instantly clocks Pup. And just, you see that laser vision just... What are you guys doing?
Like Homelander?
Yeah.
Pup's dead.
I hate him so much. Oh, good God.
Okay, well, as an aside, can you imagine running up to like two ferocious dogs and a wolf and being like not only grabbing their leashes but tying yourself to them so like you couldn't, if things went wrong, like you couldn't even get away? Oh my God.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's my
that's
family.
scary.
No.
It went
Now,
wrong.
imagine if it was your sibling, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
That would make it worse, right?
Actually,
Being chained to your
No,
siblings?
Yeah, but two dogs you don't know. I don't know. That's just terrifying to me. Okay, so we hear
have
the
a dog face in my face in real
Yeah.
life.
we
We're
Rezik,
hear the-
you and Dresden see that.
Great. How far away? Like where? Like roughly? You know, it
It just lifted up, so I'm gonna...
hungry?
Yeah, go back. I'm gonna go back
Hunger
to the...
check. Oh, great. Super close. Damn it, puppies. Too fast.
Sister.
All right. Oh God. And it's like locked on? Like locked on? Great. I'll look to Rezik. That is that big bonfire on the thing there? Yeah. Okay.
That would be a ridiculous size. That's like to burn. You could like burn 20 people on that comfortably.
I mean, has anything down here indicated that that's not like a totally normal occurrence?
True.
Are there any sort of like, you know, branches that might be like half burned or anything sticking on it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna elbow Rezik, kind of nod to the thing, maybe scoop up, yep, and just start running over there and try and scoop up a burning log, and then kind of head over towards. I'm looking, you know, Jurassic Park. You know, I've done every campaign. Someone does it sooner or later. Great. Well, that's the intent. I haven't started waving it yet. I don't want to. Yeah. The idea is maybe get over there and be like, "Hey, this ain't a good idea." Not like, "Look at me, barbecue." You know?
Yeah. I was gonna go over with Dresden, and then before he waves it, I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just be like, I have an idea, and I'm gonna do silent image and make a replica of Captain Okoto running back out of his house towards the Manticore, and kind of like angrily like, oh boy, 60 feet. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put it there, and like wherever where he was running towards, I'm gonna have it kind of look like he's like running back, and have him kind of like angrily like giving his fists in the air towards the Manticore.
You're sitting
Where are
on
my
him.
assets? Nice.
He's like, it looks like he's almost like he like ran a direction, and then now he's running back very angrily, like just like running towards the Manticore.
A silent rage.
Same.
Tight. Well, I tried.
Yeah, back over my shoulder. Well, it was worth a shot.
Do we see this right now too?
It's like running, crying.
Am I able to cast Thaumaturgy again? It doesn't say it has like a cooldown or a limit. It's just it's a cantrip. Okay, so I'll cast Thaumaturgy again and just be like, no, towards the tent! That's not your master!
Oh god.
That's nice.
Okay.
Oh god.
We should have dragged one of those crap-ass soldiers out with us.
Nah,
You
that's
know?
an 8. That's an 8.
Yeah.
Is there a horse?
When it landed, when the Manticore landed, did it like damage the fence in any way, or just it knows
Gracefully.
its own body size and landed perfectly? Well,
Oh,
shoot.
when I see that it doesn't respond to my voice, can I quickly shout, the belt! Take the belt off!
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I shout that
Oh.
towards Pup.
Guys, play the game again.
You see that the Manticore is flying straight towards you, your sister, and those other 2 dogs. They don't seem to be aware of this. Dresden, you and Rezik are also running in her direction. Their direction. Sorry.
Thank you.
I just see you, Kate, and I'm like, Kate's a she. I'm working on it. I'm real bad.
Face.
Oh.
We're running. We're running fast. I look over at Resin and go, you get faster.
And remember, I yelled at Pup to take
Is it our
the
turn
belt
again?
off.
Shush, he gave us a turn belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my silent image is still up. So and it's like running. It's like still kind of running towards the Manticore. And I'm gonna use a minor illusion to make it sound like Captain Akoto is yelling from that point and just being like, saying like you stupid Manticore and other mean things or taunting it.
Yeah, wait, hold on. What are those mean things, Bobby? We'd love to hear.
Yeah,
Say some hurt
You look
Yeah.
like you look like you put Cheetos in your ears, that kind of stuff,
Wait a second. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
Just for that, I'm eating my cucumber flavored Lay's.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, that's still what is that? It's still a 13.
Yeah, so you yell, get those Cheetos out of your ears. What are you doing? What are you doing? Unfortunately, again, it doesn't seem to clock you. It seems to just have this
Dang
focus directly on Pup as it goes flying. Dresden, you doing anything besides
Man,
flying?
I'm just dashing as fast as I can gallantly go.
Okay, yeah.
Where are we going? Are we going to the?
You're
to
running. You start running towards Pup, and almost as in slow motion, Dresden, its head just kind of looks straight at you with that burning ember in your hand, and it just sees you and just starts gunning for you.
Great.
What's your
meatbag
what's your
status.
AC?
Right now? Because I'm in the Ashen Rider armor? It's a baker's dozen -1.
All right.
So it doesn't.
The Manticore, last second pup, turns away from you, straight towards Dresden. And Dresden, you're running. It curves around, comes at you head on, and just boom, smashes into you. Give me a strength check.
Head on.
Directly to the forehead.
How is that even a thing? Strength check?
Yeah.
We don't have time to get into that.
We don't. Straight strength check?
don't.
Not like double, triple
strength
secret
saving throw.
dubious advantage? Strength
Saving
saving
throw. Yeah.
Dresden learns to fly the sequel.
The axe will probably protect you.
Oh god, that's a 12.
12. This thing pounces on you, pins you to the ground. Its claws are about the size of your torso, and it's just got both of your arms pinned, and its face.
Its claws?
Well, it's big old paws with those.
Okay.
Sorry, the paws.
Okay. Well, that's
paws.
a slightly different. Like
Using its
that's
claws,
remember.
its
Remember,
giant
Cullen,
paws
James loves you.
pin you to the ground, and it just gets straight up in your face, slowly, like almost melting face to face to face. And in a deep tone, it goes, what do you do?
Are my hands free? Like, am I fully
you can
pinned?
kind of like
what's
move
the?
you can move like from your elbow down.
T-Rex it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What is that sound? Do I get any meaning or intent out of it? You know, like you're in a strange land. You're talking to someone who speaks a different language, and you're like, that's gobbledygook. But yeah, it's around the corner.
It really seems like it's trying to communicate something to you.
God.
Or at least have some sort of conversation. It's in a language you have no idea.
Yeah. So I got my T-Rex arms, and I'll just go. I'll give the international sign of befuddlement, which is, huh?
And it looks.
Please don't kill me.
It turns its head, and it's starting to study your face.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Deeply.
Rezik.
And you just start hearing.
Rezik.
Rezik, what are you doing?
I move the so I immediately move the silent image to us, and I make it look just like the Manticore, and have it just kind of look at and kind of copy its movements.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Oof. And it doesn't like your images are fantastic, and you can tell it like whips its head around, takes a glance, and then just goes back down to Dresden, like it can see straight through your illusion.
God.
Can I run over to it?
Oh no.
Yeah, but you start running over to it, and those, and this giant breath of violet electrified energy just goes as a wave of this just engulfs his face like a wave of fog off to the distance.
I'm gonna try and hold my breath.
Yeah, give me a Constitution save.
Oh, Bobby, I'm gonna use your dice so I can blame you when this goes terribly wrong.
Bobby dice.
No,
Bobby dice.
All the other ones are good. It's gonna be a bad one.
Con save?
Is there any way I can scramble over this fence while this is happening? Like,
Dirte 20, Bobby.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Copy that.
nice.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All right. So you manage to hold your breath, but you're stuck in this. You're basically stuck in this fog, and it's pinned you down, and it's now just staring at your face, almost like it was trying to see what would happen if it did that. Pup, what are you doing? You run over.
Yeah, I want to run over and get the Manticore's attention, and I want to do like the like the raptor
Flossing?
yeah. What the heck? Get out of here. I want to like you know like the Jurassic Park like when they're trying to he's like backing up with his hands like this, so like an air of caution. But I want to like make direct eye contact and then change my face.
Okay. What are you
Like a couple times. I'm gonna change my face into oh gosh, what's her name? What's
Myrtle.
Myrtle. I want to change it into Myrtle, change it into Pup, change it back into the Pop, and then back into the very generically handsome guy that I am right now.
Okay.
As it like to try a sense of same.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems to like turn to you, and its neck can turn almost a full 180. It's very unnatural. It's almost like you hear cracking bones, and it turns towards you. And for the first time, you notice what looked like a pointed tail starts to whip up, back and forth, just back and forth, and then shoo, like you see a row after row of these spiny barbs just shoot out of its tail, like almost like a flanged mace, and it just starts whipping around while watching you.
Yeah, I can't do that one. This is the only one that I know how to do. How did you learn how to do that? Are we the same? Did you learn how to do this from someone, or did you already have this? Because I haven't met anyone else who could do this too, but if we could both do this, that would be really cool, because we can figure out why we could do this, you know?
And it lets out another terrifying static screech. And it swings its tail and throws a barb at you. Narrowly missing.
Me?
All of you and the dogs. This barb just goes shoo, with so much force that you can hear it dig into the stone of the ground behind you.
How big a barb, roughly?
A barb, maybe the
Drumstick
size of
your
like
torso.
about the length of your hand and about the thickness of your middle finger.
Ah,
Okay.
it's a thick boy. Great.
Rezik, what are you doing?
Out of how pinned am I? Do I think I'd have any?
You can try and
Wiggy room?
yeah, you can like contest. It's like a grapple. It's a grapple.
Okay. I'm just wondering. Rez,
Yeah.
all you.
Still, you're in that fog of yeah. Just Rezik, what are you doing?
I don't know, because it's like it doesn't seem to like illusions, but that's all I can really do other than hurt it. But I don't want to hurt it because I could get us all killed. I guess. Oh man, I don't know what to
Just
do.
let it aid me. Smart.
Someone get me over this stupid fence.
If I see this, can I just tell Daye, like, maybe tell them to grab that sword? Because we noticed a sword. Maybe it's wanting to be stabbed or whatever Akoto was doing to it.
Avocado.
Oh, that knife.
Oh,
Yeah,
avocado.
that knife is
I
kind
mean-
of back where Pup was. He had dropped it on the ground because it had lost
There's
that
also-
violet sheen to it.
There's also an opening to the south, right?
Yeah, there is an opening.
Oh,
Like you're not
Here, let me
caged.
show you.
You're just,
oh, I
you're
thought it
just-
was. I'm sorry.
Weren't there guards there? I guess you were the guards and you left, huh? So maybe nobody.
Okay, then I'm making my way. I'm making my way
downtown.
Walking fast.
Hey, downtown.
Fast enough. Okay.
Yes,
Walks.
I also went.
You traitor!
I'll go very sneakily in all the shadows. Yeah, I'm watching the rear. I'm thinking Cullen. I'm thinking Dresden. He would tell me someone watched the rear.
Yeah, that's what I would say. All right. Is the fire log still in my hand, or did that go flying? When it was applied to my head on. All right. If I don't know if I can maybe kind of just raptor arm, kind of like right in the face as I then try and squirm out. But yeah, so I'll try my best just to. Yeah, no, I don't want to like piss him off, but sort of, a little more like a, oh, what's that? Instead of a kill,
Copy.
there's a fine line. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What am I making? Just a strength check?
Contested athletics.
Athletics. Okay. Bobby dice.
You don't gotta say that every time.
Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby.
No, I did was good earlier.
Nah.
Bobby, that's a natural one. so technically
yeah.
it's 6, but that's
so you start waving that thing around and you attempt to slip out and immediately its head just back to you and you just feel these talons they just rip out of its paws and just right into your chest.
Well, that pretty much.
Oh boy.
The first set of claws scrapes your shoulder, but goes off to the side and doesn't actually impale you, but the second set digs straight into your body.
Great.
Dealing.
I didn't need that body anyway.
Oh my god. Dealing 16 points of damage. These things pin you to the ground, and as you gasp out, give me a constitution saving throw.
No.
Okay.
16 with one claw? No, we're level 2.
There's an old
torso.
Okay, the Bobby dice is dead to me. So you can look at it right now. A con save, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We love you, Bobby.
What do you do?
Oh, not great stuff, guys. Not great stuff. That's 7.
So it just takes those raptor-like talons and just starts pressing them into your shoulder, and you can't help but just scream out in pain. And that crackling energy fills your nose, it fills your mouth, it starts to fill your lungs, it fills your eyes, it fills your ears, and you start to drift off to another place.
I mean, there's worse ways to go.
Dresden, you hear somebody crying. It's strange, and you look down at this basin of water and you see yourself maybe 20 years ago. And you look up and there's your sergeant. And you look down and you have your pressed uniform, new, fresh, a young recruit, and there's a house in front of you with 2 other of those low sentinel soldiers, of whom you just had joined the upper ranks of. And you walk into this house and it's like a memory. And there's blood on the walls, there's blood on the ceiling, and these direct smatter marks, and you look and there's a mutilated body in this house, and it's almost unrecognizable. And it's ticking something from the back of your memory, something that you tried to let go. And it seems so familiar, and you walk and you look down the hall and there's a bedroom. And you look in one of the bedrooms and there 2 children drown. And you walk a little bit farther and you see this infant, not older than a year old, lying lifeless on the ground. And you see a man, hair disheveled, eyes yellowed and crazed, fingernails torn off, blood all over himself, just rocking back and forth. And you remember your first investigation in capital city of this crazed man and his eyes. And you're standing there with this knife, this new knife with a leather grip and a finely sharpened blade. And you can't remember what happened, but you feel the rage. Someone who would do this to those who trusted you the most, those who needed you. You have betrayed them in a way that is unforgivable. And for a moment, you're standing there in that room alone as this man is just laughing and snickering, no sign of remorse on his face. And you know that there's 3 other guards outside, but they don't know. They haven't been in this room. And if you wanted to, you have the power to dole out justice right now. What do you do?
This is 20 years ago.
It seems like it was 20 years ago, but it's almost a memory, but you don't. It's not clear. It feels familiar, but you don't know. And it's definitely not you 20 years ago. It's you right now in this shell.
Okay. How this guy looks healthy. Looks
He looks excited. He looks elated. He looks clearly crazed, but like
how much
laughing, chuckling to himself.
How much of myself now is still there at my age?
Oh, it's you right now. It just seems like you've been transported back to somewhere deep within your brain, your mind.
Great, yeah, I'll just walk right up to that guy and kick him right in the throat. Just with like my heel if I can. And when he's fallen over, just fall on him with the knife.
So you kick him in the throat, and instantly that chuckling just... And then you stand on his throat as you fall down on him with that knife, clearly giving him the justice he deserves. And as you watch the life flow out of him, that blood from the wound starts to flow up the blade, flow up your arm. It's like it's stuck to you. It flows all the way up, slowly rising until, boom, it explodes and you come to, that knife still in your shoulder, but you've taken this energy into your body. You feel strong, you feel powerful, and all of those who look, you shove this manticore's arm out of the way and you roll off. And Rezik, when you run over to see Dresden, you notice there's a streak in his hair, this blood red streak that goes straight through to the side. And Dresden, you can feel connected to the world. You can feel justice, this righteousness, like you were chosen to be the judge, jury, and executioner. And you can almost feel the impacts in your hand. It's a thought, but that thought is it's almost tangible, like you could think it, and in a blip it would heed your command.
That sounds intoxicating.
And you just feel that core energy surging through your body. Pup. Oh.
Nope.
Pup, what are you doing? You just saw that Dresden rolls over,
Does it
covered
look...
in this sparkling energy.
Do I have the same vibe from him of the... Something in fate has changed. Something in... Is Dresden still Dresden, or am I having... Is it the same thing as...
Give me a investigation check.
Investigation -1 because I'm stupid. 8.
An 8. It's hard to tell. Dresden was always a hard one to read. You can see the strings of fate or destiny. Every once in a while they wave in and out. It's usually when you're in a heightened situation. This time it's not there.
Okay.
But sometimes, yeah, you can feel something's different, something's changed. Dresden shouldn't be this, and yet he is this, and he's always been this. It's almost like he's more Dresden now than he was before. Like destiny has chosen a more definite path for him. But that's all you can tell with an 8. Rezik, what are you doing?
Okay. Does Dresden still look like super hurt from taking 16 damage? He's like bleeding out?
Yeah.
Or...
It was like 2 large daggers just going straight into your body. There's a lot of blood.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I wanted to wait until Tress got here, but if I saw that if Rezik sees that Dresden got hurt like that, he would probably attack at this point. So,
Okay.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, when he gets attacked and he starts seeing blood, he just like screams out, "Dresden!" And then he puts his hand through his hair, and some of that like
jealous of Rezik's new dress.
some of that like that ash kind of like comes out as he's kind of like putting his hand through his hair, and then he whips his hand around, and a bolt of lightning streaks out towards the Manticore.
Okay. What's the save?
Okay, so it is. It just says make a ranged spell attack against the creature.
Okay, so make an attack.
So I don't think there is a save. Okay, cool. So I didn't say he says Lecra. Oh, natural 20. Sweet.
Ooh, a critical hit.
LaCroix.
All right. Roll a roll. So it's take one.
Hint of
What's the
lime.
damage die?
Okay, so it says on hit the target takes 1d12 lightning damage.
So roll a d12, add 12
Okay.
lightning damage to it, and then roll a d100. Kelwise, also roll a d100.
Oh no, it's happening.
Right, so roll a d12 and then what?
Add 12 to a
Another-
d12.
73.
Oh, okay.
73. Okay.
Keep it in.
Okay, so I got an 8, so plus 12 would be 20.
20. All right, and now roll a d100.
Okay. 81.
81. All right, let me look at my.
81 multiplier. Yeah. Is that not how this works?
Yeah.
Combo.
Combo.
Where is this? I'm in the wrong folder. I'm always in the wrong folder every time when I do this.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Nothing
You'll
goes
find it.
the way I want it to go. Ever.
Of course not.
I'm so sorry.
Computer hasn't
Naturally.
exploded in the last 10 minutes.
83 you said?
It was 81.
Oh,
Sorry.
81.
81.
I'm sorry. Rezik, you shoot this lightning bolt out straight at the Manticore. It hits right on its leg and zips straight into the ground, singeing its arm so bad that the Manticore itself catches fire and its leg seems to go limp. One of those legs that had torn into Dresden's chest goes limp, and you deal 20 points of damage to this thing, and it screams out in pain. Kelwise and Trust, you guys are running up with Melissa, kind of there.
Cornelia.
Cornelia, holding out the rear. What are you guys doing?
I just want to run up screaming like stop, 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 both in common and inferno.
Okay. What does stop sound like in Infernal? to you. So you guys hear that, followed by stop, 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 followed by that again, over and over and over again. You guys are moving steadily.
I think 30.
Oh, 30.
Oh, I have 30, but I can change it.
We
Fine.
talked about this, Daye.
Talked about this.
I don't know.
Damn it!
I want to
You
change
embarrassed
it.
me on stream.
I've got that like firepower.
Wait, there's a guy running around?
Faceless guy.
Oh, yeah.
Still feeling his way around.
Ooh. Raid.
Ooh, raid.
Isaac! Why did you attack the
It's nice.
Manticore?
It's nice that.
Okay.
It's nice that they've condensed "death will come" into one word in their language. That common. They were like, you know what? We're gonna make it short.
We're gonna use this a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Neo. Is this happening? Take a look around. Like, is this happening?
No! No!
A lightning bolt streaking across from my hand to the Manticore stomp, just like, yep.
Yeah.
No, that's all right out of here.
I mean,
You don't see me. You don't see me.
oh no. Great. All right. Well,
Wow.
I mean, here's the thing. I've fought next to Rez for so long. If he's throwing electricity around like party favors, the Herniax is coming out, and I'm just taking the old swingaroo at
All right.
the head of this.
So Dresden, you
I have a plan.
I'm
you
sure you
feel,
do. I'm
feel that
stoned.
you feel that
Right.
energy of the impacts or the Herniax. Sorry. Herniax. You
Impacts.
feel the Herniax
campaign.
on your back, and you can feel it in your hands. Your mind can see it, can feel it, and just you don't even need to draw it out. You just hold your hands, and then shoo, with the silvery mist, it warps into your hands.
What the fuck?
This core just raging inside you.
Great. Yeah.
This core, what?
Let's go.
Is
With
Dresden a
Papa.
warlock now?
So,
You just grab the
Roll
first
the dice.
I'm making just a regular attack. Is that
with disadvantage?
Yeah, okay, it remains. Yeah. The dice jail of both things together will counteract one another. One of those is a 19. Guess if it's the Bobby dice or not.
Come on.
What's the Bobby dice?
That is a 9.
A 9. Unfortunately, it even though it's injured, it manages to kind of snake out of the way of your attack, as that giant axe, clearly meant for like an ogre to wield in 2 hands, just kind of smashes into the earth in front of you. Pup, what are you doing? Again, you have those 3 voices, those 3 emotions in your head still connected to you from those animals. So they're ready and willing at your command.
I know, but not if we're gonna. Yeah, it's too late. I'm gonna bop it with my staff. I'm a bonk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
So you move up and start attacking. Roll an attack.
bonk. I'm gonna bonk it on its head a little bit, like Rafiki with Simba. You know, this little. Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20. That hits.
Sick, and I will in fact be hitting that for 7.
7 damage. All right.
Nope. And then, can I do a sick, nasty bonus action?
I mean, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna do an unarmed strike. for
All
bonus.
right.
Yeah.
That will be an 8.
An 8 does not hit.
Okay.
Anything else?
Hey, pups. Hey, can you guys help me?
Yeah. So you kind of emote danger, enemy.
Wee woo, wee
Basically,
woo, wee
yeah,
woo.
through this belt that's like connecting you through blood
Or like
with those
wee
pins.
woo.
Yeah.
That's not appropriate. Let's take it back.
Whoa.
It's appropriate in this situation. All 3 of them make attacks with all 3 of
Sick.
them with +2 to hit.
So I make 3 attacks with a +2
3
hit?
attacks +2 to hit.
I 2 7s and a 9.
Unfortunately, all those attacks
these
fail
dice
to
are going
really
into jail?
latch on. But this thing's huge. It's hard. They're trying to be careful, so it is tough to get in there. Rezik, what are you doing?
Yeah, I am going to. I still have the lightning arcing from my finger to the manticore, so I'm going to go ahead and try to hit it again with another bolt of lightning.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Okay. And it's a 16.
16 hits.
Yeah.
Roll some damage.
All right. Okay. That's just yeah. Okay, so it's a 9 damage.
All right. So again, more lightning just racks this thing's body, and it screams with that static cry, almost the cry of a person just screaming out in agony. And you hear, and it shoots up into the air, and that tail flickering back and forth, and 3 more of those barbs come out. All 3 of them at you again, Rezik.
Am I close to Isaac?
Yeah, you're pretty close. You're maybe within 20 feet.
But not close enough to.
This time, 2 of those barbs pierce. You hear this shattering sound in your mind as 2 of those things just both of them just impaling you. The first one does 8 damage.
Ooh, boy, howdy. All right.
The second one
Night.
does 3 damage.
Oh, okay. I'm still up.
And it flies about maybe 30 feet in the air. Both of you guys next to it get an attack of opportunity as it tries to get out of your range.
Yeah.
Pup and Dresden.
Yep.
Great.
13.
13.
Come on,
just
Herniax.
barely, as you go to whack it, its tail comes flying around and flicking, and you just narrowly dodge it, but it blocks your attack.
15.
15 hits.
Yeah. D20.
D20 damage.
Freaking it off!
Come on, 20.
Tail, go crash land.
Why 8? Oh.
That's
Yeah, you hit the ground and you try and come up with a reverse slash just to try and catch it, and you manage to catch it, but just barely. Even though it's giant, so just barely is the fact. Very vicious, and you manage to cut it, and it starts to bleed, and its blood, when it hits the ground, just starts to into a steamy mist. Kelwise, you Trust and Cornelia
Sweet. We're gonna help. We're on our way. Don't die.
Remind me
Whether or
on the map, which is the lows.
The Lowe's is that barracks you guys just came out of.
Okay. Yeah.
Ashen Riders in it.
Yeah.
They sound happy or they sound mad or
Yeah.
It just seems like
rowdy.
a commotion. Rowdy, not
Rowdy.
not necessarily bad.
Like such a nebulous term.
Yeah.
They're
Not like
betting
they're
on-
mobilized, just like they're very
Sound like they're
vocal.
betting on-
Yeah.
Sounds
play
like-
betting.
I mean, you're pretty sure they aren't coming out of that door as long as this thing's alive.
Yeah. Well, I figured it that much. Okay.
And then they're
But I
gonna
clocked.
Present because he's doing magic. Can I do anything yet?
You're about one round away from getting to the. I mean, do you have any spells that are longer ranged?
I would like to ask if I feel like my special soul powers feel like they can do anything for this situation.
That's completely up to you. What do you want to do with it? This you sucked the soul out of somebody, and you've taken the energy was their spirit, and you've repurposed it into your will. So whatever your will manifests this person's soul as.
Can I use it to make the Manticore our ally? Like on our side?
To charm it?
I guess. I don't know if charm would be the right way, or could I use it to give the Manticore what it's asking? Tell it who it is? Like, can I be like, here's this soul, may it undo whatever Akado has done to you?
Yeah, so you don't actually know who
True.
its soul is, and you don't know what's done, but what you might be able to do, as you think, is you may be able to implant a memory into its brain, into his being.
Okay.
Something that would satisfy that itch, whether it's true or not. Most likely not true since you don't know. But you might be able to craft this soul into that and imprint it on him. But it would still be it would be tough. You'd still have to, try.
That sounds really too high of a risk of not working to use this very powerful thing I have.
As you look at me just swinging wildly at this thing with a way too big fucking weapon. Yeah. Always work within your bounds.
New hairstyle.
Oh my god.
That red streak, that very.
Yeah. And I roll my.
Actually, let's say it's more like the coiffed hair. It's like right up in the front and coiffed hair.
Oh, nice. I'm man rogue.
I'm not going to use the soul power yet, but I am going to use thaumaturgy again to try and yell at all these idiots, Manticore included, to stop fighting each other. We're all on the same side.
Okay.
We do this in both common and infernal.
Roll a persuasion check.
For everyone, including us.
And I hear it in my not bleeding ear.
17.
17. You don't know if you've persuaded this beast, but it turns to look at you, and it stops for just a moment, clearly caught up in what's going on. Kelwise, do you want to do anything?
I do when I get a little closer,
you have a bow, right? Like
I look at Cowboys and I say, "Do not shoot an arrow after I just said that."
Do you really think I have a bow on me after being in the pit? Do you not think that was taken away at some point?
Oh, I thought someone had brought in your stuff with you. I thought.
We have their stuff.
I was standing there next to everyone. I feel like they would notice that I had a bow on. I'm pretty sure all I have are like a couple knives.
All right.
Yeah. Everybody said that they took like a knife or two, but nobody was like, "Yeah, I am up." Yeah, I look like a full.
All right. I misunderstood. I thought at some point in that you guys had re-geared up. Maybe it was just Melissa. Maybe it was just Melissa like bragging about how she had all these weapons still on her, and I just got confused.
Everyone in the
I
pit
have Kelwise's stuff.
They let you have that? They let you keep that? He's like, yeah.
My problem. My bad. I apologize. All right.
That in the pit.
I mean, gladly, if you're gonna give us stuff. No. Realistically, no. I'm not close enough to touch anyone, am I? Because like realistically, I was.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Great.
I'm going to yell to everyone. Rezik, I have some stuff that might be of interest to you, and please don't die before I get there. As I continue running toward everyone.
Just blood coming out of different. I'll try not to.
All right. Cornelia, anything?
Just staying a few feet behind still. And a little to the right.
A little to the right?
Just...
Let me move you to the right a little bit.
But I'm looking real hard to keep
Dresden,
up. Sorry, guys, it's so tiny.
So Dresden, this thing has flown
was like,
30 feet above you. And it's just whipping that tail around with this, like, what seems like an endless flow of these just barbs flying out of its tail.
Great. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll just run over to Rez and try and just kind of be just a human meat bag just next to him, try and absorb any more crap that gets thrown his way.
So you use you take your herniax and you kind of hold it in a defensive position. It's almost like a shield itself. It's just so big.
It's
so
a terribly unwieldy shield.
So you take like a dodge action.
I'm like some sort of weird ass priest.
This thing has kind of flown 30 feet in the air.
Can I? 30 feet in the air. You know what? I'm gonna take out. Well, first, hey, are we gonna keep doing this, or should we stop? Can we stop? Is there a way to stop? Hey, can we be friends? You want to be friends just instead? Can we just like help each other out? What are we doing?
Yeah, I just lightning coming on my finger still, and I'm just bleeding from like a bunch of different like wounds, and I'm like, I don't think we can right now.
And I look over and I just go, come on,
I'm gonna throw one of my kunai at it.
Okay. Roll in a ranged attack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, 22.
22 hits.
You sure?
Yeah.
And that will be a sig nasty 5 damage.
5 damage.
noise.
Sorry,
All right,
once that
Rezik,
point
you
happened,
see
I
that
was like,
you
yeah, we're
see
not gonna
that
be able to talk
that
this.
Manticore does the same. It's just getting pummeled, and it doesn't look like it's gonna let up at all in this attack. Dresden, or Rezik, what are you doing?
Yeah, I still have that lightning still streaking from my finger, and I'm gonna use it
All right.
again. I'm just gonna
Roll an attack.
Like at this point, I'm like literally like just trying to stay conscious, and like there's like I'm just bleeding like pretty badly. And Dresden walked in front of me with his axe, and I kind of from behind him, just like faintly like, Dresden, I always recommended highlights, but now really? And then I hit it again with some lightning.
Okay, roll an attack.
And I turn to him and I go, now, really?
This 15.
15. It hits. Roll damage.
Great. Okay. All right, that's gonna be a 6 damage.
6. This bolt of lightning streaks out of his finger, racks this thing's body, and it stiffens as it slowly just starts falling out of the sky. Roll a dexterity save, both Dresden and Pup.
Pick a good one.
Dex save?
This
Yeah.
one.
Wait, what is it doing?
It's falling out of the air.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Super dupe.
Dex save?
Mm-hmm.
11?
11.
23.
All right, so Dresden, you don't completely get out of the way, but you get out of the way of the heavy bits, the important bits, and you kind of roll to the side, barely deflecting it with that impacts or herniax, and it jumps out of the way, and this thing just like a stone hits the ground. Pup, its eyes, it's not dead. But you get the sense that it's lost something. The will to live, the will to go on, the fight in it, the fire in it is completely gone now. And it just looks into your eyes, almost asking, pleading for something from you. It's just sadness.
I'm gonna hug it.
Overwhelming sadness. Okay. You walk up to this face, and it's interesting as you start to hug it. You touch something inside. You make a connection. This creature, you see its destiny, its fate, where it had been, where it was going, and you see what it should have been, what it could have been, and all these thousands and thousands of lives it has wrecked. And almost like a spider's web, you see all these threads getting sucked into this black hole, these thousands of faces that it's stolen and ripped. And you see the one thread that should be connected is not. And yet these other thousands, and you almost feel like you could reach inside and connect this thread of destiny back to the way it's supposed to be.
I'm gonna give him a little and try to connect it.
Okay? You kiss it on the head, and instantly you start to see its body bubbling, steaming, just pieces of it start to get deranged and pull back and fall off, and it starts to you watch this, and it's like unscrambling an egg. That is the complexity of what is going on with these thousands of threads, all just boom, 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 back into the places they were supposed to be, back onto the people they were supposed to be on. And you see all these pieces of his body fall off and fall off and fall off. A mane drips into a lion's head. These wings fall off onto what you assume is some sort of drake. Its body just drips off into what almost looks like a bear of some sort, a very lean-looking bear, and a faceless being, maybe a foot in length, very, very small. Just it steams down into that, and it's just cuddled up like this. And you watch as that last spark of life, the flame, just kind of flickers and then goes dark.
Oh my.
And Pup, you've never experienced this, but you see these threads, and it's easier to see in the dark, almost like shadows in the void of nothingness. Almost illuminates fate and destiny, the opposite of what light does to the world. Darkness does that, and you embrace that darkness, those shadows a little bit, and you see the lines, and it's almost clear to you that like that's where only you can tread. Somebody who's not light or dark, someone who doesn't have threads. And as you're really looking around at all of your friends and these beings on the ground, you start to see a single thread straight out of the top of everybody's head that runs through them and connects to this giant spring, we'll call it, of threads of destiny. And you see every one of them, and then you look up, and you notice that you're the only one that doesn't have one. On that same note, Jason, a thread comes out of the top of Kelwise's head. Cornelia, a thread comes out of your head.
Do we feel it?
A thread of fate, of destiny. And Pup, you can see these threads, but almost instantly they get so intertwined, so intermingled, so complicated, impossibly complicated into this giant weaving that really, if you were to touch these threads and play with them and pull them, you could really only affect something incredibly immediate to change the environment around you, such as the way you see things, such as the way you, and for now it's really in touching the environment around you to affect how you would like to affect the world. Whether it's a room is too dark, or you want to cut sound or move in a sneaky manner. These are just a few of the changes around you you can see immediately. But as you practice, you're pretty sure that you can expand upon this as you learn how to unweave this, or reweave it, or change it. But as it is now, some people's thread is thick, solidified, strong, definite, heading in a direction where others is thin and waning and much easier manipulated, you know? Some people's threads go straight through this giant weave, while others get tangled up in everyone else and move along with them. And then the longer you stare, it starts. You feel like a drain on your body to be able to even see these things, to change these things, to weave them, and you just can't maintain it, and it slowly fades from your view as your brain feels taxed. And before you, in your arms, is that, in the fetal position, that small 1-foot being without a face. But the body parts of different animals that it was fused with also lay on the ground, and behind you, you start to hear weeping. An old man weeping into his hands, broken, scared, out of control.
With
what are you guys
face?
doing? With a face, yeah.
Wait, is Pup the only one who sees and hears all this, or is it all of us?
No, you guys hear that and see that. Yeah, immediately when the manticore
Except for the
was
threads. Or
unraveled.
could everyone see the threads, or that's just me?
Only you could see the threads. When you unraveled that crazy weave that had ripped all those threads into himself, undoing them, connecting him back to the thread that was supposed to be for him, restoring fate, you freed all those others. Those threads went right back to where they were supposed to go.
Yeah, badly wounded. I'm just looking at the others and like, all right, well, we have what we need. We need your sister, and Kodo left. Should we take this opportunity to hide somewhere, or just bring back the prisoners and pretend we're all normal again?
Oh, I'm pretty sure those chaps in there saw you doing that magic, and they don't like that.
I have an explanation if we need to make one up, but we can also try to hide if you want.
Which of you two's is more dead? I look at Rezek and Dresden.
What?
I've got a cure
Pretty
wounds
bad.
for one of you.
All right, I've got a cure wounds for the other one, so I'll cast cure wounds on Rezek, and you can get.
I'll take Dresden.
My body
Can I
is
just
ready.
look around? Can I just look around at everything around us? Is there anybody out? Just everyone is still hidden away.
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
And do I roll for how much they get healed, or
Yeah,
they
1d8
do?
plus
3 for me.
your charisma.
Plus your what?
Charisma.
6.
Or you wisdom.
Charisma.
6 plus 3,
Your wisdom.
so
I got a
9.
Thank you.
dirty 20.
Welcome.
Nice.
8.
Cornelia,
So I had to find an 8.
you hear quite a bit of
Dying.
dull conversation coming from that barracks to the north of you. It seems like there's a lot of just chatter. No one's moving, no one's coming out of their house, but you can hear voices talking. Within HQ, that prison, not much sound. Most people are hiding away still, not even daring to look through the fence. And then from the highs where Akodo ran to, nothing. You don't see or hear anything out of the ordinary. You do hear some animals in their cages rustling around, but that's nothing new.
Good.
Tristan, you only
Thank
got
you,
4
Trust.
for me, by the way.
It's a Decepticons. Thank you.
Sorry, buddy. This is Bobby's dice. It wasn't. It wasn't actually. It wasn't.
Oh, you son of a!
It wasn't. It was.
We
It was my
could
dice.
have shared the quiz Bobby dice, and it's just got a 1 on there. Like they're all done.
I got a dirty 20 with Bobby's dice. Woohoo!
I've been rolling
Alright.
great with Bobby's dice tonight, so.
Alright.
Me too.
So Bobby's dice are sexist, is what you're telling me.
Also, I wanted to say, Cullen has the expensive dice. He has the metal dice.
I know, they're so nice. They're so nice, and they roll so poorly.
I wish they would roll better, please.
Oh, I need to put them in like the microwave or something, you know? Do something
That'll do
dangerous.
it.
with them.
Don't
I
put
don't know.
metal in the microwave. What?
Yeah, they're metal dice.
It makes them better.
I assume we're like huddled, So I just want to be like, look, my instinct is to, go deeper towards, I can't even remember his name. Bad guy.
Kodo?
Akodo. Go and maybe I can talk to some more of the creatures with my infernal, get them on our side to attack him. I really don't think there's any going back from this. We are not looking good right now, cats. We've got to kill him and get out here.
You know what? Before this, I would agree with you, but I only wanted to kill Akodo to get Pup Sister, and now that we have Pup Sister, we don't really need to kill Akodo. So we could just hide or act like we're back to normal, or
we could just tie him up and throw him somewhere where no one's gonna find him until after we're already gone. Because my fear is that what if he comes down here and he's like, oh, they can't go back up, and then we're all just sitting here like, oh, but we don't need to go back up,
He's still got power.
Seal the hole,
Yeah.
And if we go there now, actually, Pup's here. She can become him. He's in his house. Maybe now is the time.
We should lock him in his house.
That's a great idea.
Maybe we should try. Yeah.
Or knock him out and lock him in. Knockout lock-in time, baby.
I mean, if there was ever a time, it would be now, I guess.
And before I forget, I hand Rezik the a magic rod. And what was the other thing I have? I have a scroll with words on it. I'm not sure what they are, and I hand both of them over to him.
I kind of eye Kelwise, the halfling, and I'm like, where did you keep this? Where did this all come from?
We found it. Don't worry about it. Just, you know more about this than I do. I don't know what to do with any of this stuff.
All right, thank you. Great.
You guys...
Probably could have used it 10 minutes ago, am I right?
Probably.
Can I try to mend or help in any way with healing? Oh, I don't think I can. But...
Do you have any proficiency in healing?
Oh, yes. No.
I mean, yeah, medicine and that stuff is more about preventing further damage from wounds and such. It's not really you can't really heal or cure. You can just stop the bleeding long enough for the body to heal itself.
Dang.
So yeah, what's the plan? Are we gonna kill Akodo? Are we gonna hide? Are we gonna go back to normal?
Are you guys up for it?
Where did he go in the where's on the map? Where is he? Where's his thing? It's in the highs? Those orc-looking gated... It's a gated community, HOA.
West somewhere.
It's expensive. It's pricey.
Okay.
Oh.
Have we...
Is there a reason why he ran? Bolted?
Yeah. And he dropped that weird knife?
And the belt.
I was pretty sure that the Manticore saw whoever was wearing the belt as the master, which is why it went for you when you wore it instead of going for him. So he was trying to distance himself.
Maybe. Is that dagger anywhere? Did anyone grab that?
Oh, can I also grab my kunai?
A curved blade, the sharpened edge. It's almost like a claw, but it's like a curved blade with the sharpened edge on the inside, almost like a half sickle of sorts.
Spyderco makes a knife like that. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to be anything unique. The blade itself is standard quality. Nothing about it strikes you as incredibly unique. And that sparkling glow that it had earlier is gone.
Okay.
Pup, do you still have that purple stuff?
Yep.
Maybe we can use that with this knife to our advantage.
What do you think it would do? Wait, no, that's my purple stuff. You guys just keep trying to take my purple stuff. That's my purple
Well,
stuff.
I'm not trying. Maybe just a little. Just
Maybe
a little.
I got this myself.
It might save
got-
us.
Am I still stoned?
You weren't really stoned. You just felt emboldened.
Do I still feel
Yeah,
emboldened?
you do. Although that wound in your shoulder, like you didn't feel it at first because of all the adrenaline.
Adrenaline sounds like a
That-
2000s band.
Yeah, it does. That's like Chevelle.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Oh, me?
Oh, it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. He's
they're
back.
They're back.
What a way to go out.
That wound,
An album
the
like
pain
Chevelle.
of that,
Yeah.
like 2 daggers just shoved right through that meaty part of your shoulder. The pain is starting to hit you pretty
Great.
strongly.
Ow.
What do we want to do? Should I just go in there and just like knock him out?
I don't mind the go lock Hakoto in and assume his identity plan. I think that's a pretty good plan, but I don't know if we're all going to be able to get into the highs. That's probably a
Right. So what do we know?
selective sort of deal.
Yeah. What do we know about that? Is it guarded? Are there people there? Or
I don't know.
a man in the red shirt?
we went to his place, and I think we had maybe like 1 or 2 people that were like around, but not many. I don't think.
We can say that we went to return the dogs.
You can be Hakoto and say that there's an imposter on the loose.
No, because if they catch both of us, he's going to know more stuff about him than I know about him. So I should say that we're going to return the dogs, go in, knock him out, and then walk out as him.
Well, that's a pretty good plan.
It's not a terrible plan.
I think for now the simpler the better. That sounds pretty simple.
Yeah. When we
My
took
nose
the-
just starts bleeding a little bit because I've never thought this hard before.
When we brought
Gears
those
are turning extra hard.
cases in the crates, that's what we brought in. Were there a lot of people? Was it roughly empty?
No, it was roughly empty other than him. Kind
Great.
of seems like he just had this whole place on lockdown to himself.
Do we still have that stuff we got from Amara, the one that makes you paralyzed? Remember knives?
Those poison vials?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have those
Maybe
poison
now.
vials.
Use that to our advantage.
You've had poison vials this whole time?
Remind me to make a list of all the stuff that we have, and like all these things. I've been thinking about it, and also a chart of everyone. Anyway, I digress. That's gonna happen someday.
I was just saving that for later.
Yeah.
Let's go pay Nakoto a visit.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do them? Should we knock them? Should we with the poison? Just make it, you know?
I mean, I think we surround him.
Or is it better for us
where I
to
stand.
kill him so that he doesn't hurt anyone else again?
Either way, as long as we get out of here.
Both of those things sound great to me.
Yeah.
I mean, even Freewind said she didn't mind if he died. So
He was the worst of the worst. Or
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Let's go pay him a visit.
Let's go cut his thread.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys,
I'm
you guys
just
are marching
thinking about
over to the highs.
Hercules.
Yeah.
okay, wait.
Yeah.
Small crew. Are
Go
we
3
going
feet.
with them, or are we heading back to HQ? Are we gonna try to sneak into the hives, or are we just gonna go in?
And future.
Because I feel like we're gonna get immediately spotted if we're trying to go in there with them. Unless there's
Do you
no
guys
one to
wanna
spot
take
us.
your stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like get the.
Yeah. Do a handoff.
Okay, you guys.
Trying to be, like, really
seem to,
nonchalant.
re-equip yourselves with all your gear.
Yeah, I think we head there in numbers. Maybe it looks like we're marching you over there, but I think we all head together.
Yeah, well, I now have a bunch of gear, I'll pretend my hands are bound.
Yeah, maybe if we can't sneak in with you guys, maybe there's a spot we can just wait for a moment or
hide.
Yeah, you can wait back and
bonus
hide.
action hide.
We all do the work.
You get to the gate.
Soft body.
For the most part, the gate seems open, and as you saw in this.
Maybe we'll go separate. Maybe if you guys go in through the front, maybe we can find a.
You are just the worst.
No. Did it
What
just
happened?
freeze again?
Who's the worst? Me?
What was that to the west of the highs? Was that water?
No, it's stone. Anywho, you sneak up to that gate. What are you guys doing? You guys splitting up? Are you guys
softly humming the Pink Panther theme
as we walk?
I'm just petting my sister and playing with the dogs as we're walking.
I don't really see a reason to split up right now. I mean,
I think
feel
we
like
should
we're in
together.
the like go big or go home kind of phase of the plan.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
No flanking.
When you guys show up, you notice that the crazy array of animals in these cages, the animals seem, and Pup, maybe you notice this stronger than others, they seem unsettled. They seem nervous. They're pacing, they're moving, they're making noises, bouncing up and down, kind of testing their cages to see if they can escape. All of them seem a little unsettled.
Can I, while we're walking, just like whisper or like softly like go by the cages, whispering in Infernal, just to see if any of them speak it and if I can communicate with any of them?
Sure. There's a whole array of animals. Some recognizable, some completely weird, some that look like a mismatch, a morph, almost like an uncast, but like more of just two non-sentient animals. Blends, but none of them seem to have the same intelligence that the Manticore had. The Manticore seemed to be a person, a being. These just seem like wild animals.
Sure.
And
do we notice, are there slits like on any of their bodies, maybe up near their shoulder blades, sort of like the Manticore had? Does it seem like they're being controlled the same way?
Yeah, so when you look, some of the animals look like they have little incisions all over the place. A lot of the weird hybrid animals look like they have more nick scars, stitch markings, things like that. And some of the other animals look relatively unharmed. The ones that look more normal. It seems like, he's been experimenting, trying to mold and sew these things together or change them in different ways.
Okay.
And being a forest gnome, I can talk to small beasts. Would these be included? To use like small gestures
You
of
can
some
try,
sort?
but the smallest beast here is really a medium-sized predator.
Still big.
Not really the types of Cinderella animals that you are accustomed to.
So yeah.
Can I do an investigation check on like the locks for the cages that are holding these, and to see if they're regular locks or something else?
Yeah, you don't have to roll on that. I mean, the locks look pretty standard. I mean, a lock is a very expensive device. It's a very complex device, but these don't seem to be anything particularly of great make.
Okay. Do we know which house is Sakoto's? Did we see which one he ran into?
You had dropped off, so that closer house.
Yeah.
Well, Kelwise wasn't there, but yeah.
I wasn't there, but yeah.
And let's go to the place where he was.
Yeah.
Yep. And I go.
Hits your nose immediately. This awful putrid smell, And when you walk in, you see Zaj's body sprawled out, his rib cage exposed, all of his insides carefully removed and placed around the room.
Well, if he wasn't dead before, he's dead now, right?
Much body horror in this campaign.
Can I just see an investigation check for like footprints or something?
Sure. Roll
possibly-
roll investigation. And Dresden, you roll investigation too. This clearly this resembles crime scenes you've been
Detective Novak.
accustomed to.
I got a 12.
Natty
12?
20.
Oh. Dresden, this looks
For
methodical.
25.
This looks very precise. And you know this kind of person. This kind of person, while purely evil and amoral, is very methodical as well. And you start to look around and you find a bunch of notes. Very carefully handwritten, and you see him talking about something, the source heart, and the connections of the body to the source heart, and the way core can be infused into these points to pull on the different veins of the source heart. All these mentions of this thing, and it's strange, but the way he talks about these veins sounds familiar. You've heard this term before, but give me a history check.
Oh, he's with the rolling in the room.
Oh, he's rolling.
History?
Yeah.
16.
16. You remember hearing the source heart at a mass, something to do with Lady Mayan talking about how the source heart is the place where life comes from and where life goes to be reinfused and reunited with Lady Mayan, the goddess of law, and the rules of kind of like some people speak of it as like this heaven-like place. Others see it as this oblivion that you are doomed to and reincarnated from. It's just a term, but it's strange that this guy, while being very scientific in his note-taking, will reference something like that. And also core and the way that it bends things. This is all just like red flags all over the place for you on this psychopath.
And whose notes are these? Are Okoto's notes?
Yeah, they seem to be Okoto's notes.
Are we in the
as far as you can
place
tell
right now?
Yeah, you're in that hut. You saw him behind the desk.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it seems like he just sprawled him out right in his office and just started ripping his guts out.
And this is Zaj's body?
Zaj's body, yeah. Still with that giant cracked open skull, which it seems like it made it easier for him to remove the scrambled brain that Pup made scrambled brains and ham.
Okay.
And as you guys are all kind of looking through this place, you start to hear chains rustling, something coming from the backyard area, and you start to hear like a whip, and you hear a muffled voice similar to Okoto's. You can't really make out what it is, but you hear chains and rough, deep roars and growls and such.
How big is this place?
It's pretty large. It's maybe 500 feet from the gate to the back.
The building?
No. Sorry. The building itself is maybe...
We're in a Costco?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, but the whole gated area was maybe 50 feet or 500 feet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And is it single story as well?
Does the scene look like a... Oh,
Liar. Less than half. Okay.
Oh, it's the tent house. Is the scene like a ritualistic looking?
No, it looks much
Okay.
more like a morgue.
Okay.
All right. I'd like to maybe. Is there a back door, back window, a way to like look out, to the other side of the building? Or is...
Yeah.
It's just the
You
one
can
entrance.
see like outside a back window. You look out there, and your heart sinks into your stomach. Because the first thing you see is not one, not two, but 3 giant heads on one body.
Ah, Fluffy!
Huge wings. You see a creature that is
Kingy Dora.
gigantic. That is 40 feet from tail to head.
Jeez.
One head, a serpent, snake-like. One head, a wolf. Huge. Eyes pointed, almost like this rigid bone carapace covering part of its face. And the third head, this ram with blood-red eyes and a deep growl. And outside, you see a chain around its legs and a Kodo screaming something at it with a whip, cracking the whip, and you see him slowly unchaining one of 2 of the last pieces, keeping this thing bolted to the ground.
He's releasing it?
It looks like.
Are we seen? Like, are we clearly like discovered, or are we like in the shadows?
Like it.
We're in the house, no?
You're in the house, yeah. As
Yeah.
far as you can tell, I mean, he could
I was about to be like,
releasing-
hey, does he have any water around? Maybe we leave the poison in there and get the fuck out. But if this guy's letting this thing out
We might need to kill him now.
immediately.
Yeah.
I bet this thing speaks infernal. Eh?
Okay, wait.
Possibly.
So it's still got like 2 chains on it?
It has.
It's still got 8
He's
chains
basically.
still?
No, it had 2 chains, and right as you looked out, you heard that clink as he took off the second to last chain.
Okay. So my question then is, does one chain look like it'll hold this thing? Or is it a moot point at this point?
With its size, this huge size, if it really tugged, one chain, probably not going to hold it. As long as it's calm, cool, and collected, maybe it'll stay.
Yeah, so if like war breaks out right in front of it, it'll just be cool as cucumber.
Cucumber chips?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, so I turned to everyone and I'm like, great, he's letting it go. But it's
Does
gonna
he-
probably get out either way, so maybe we just get the fuck out.
Does he seem to
Poisonous-
have control
poisonous
over
water.
it too?
He's got a whip.
Yeah, so Dresden kind of lifts you up to the window, and you're looking out, and it seems like the beast is... it's
Smaller.
tame. It's very tame compared to the Manticore. The Manticore was like violent and rough and unsure, and this thing seems tamed. He like snaps commands and cracks his whip, and it obeys immediately.
Oh my
Great.
gosh. Okay.
Oi, oi, oi! Why don't you put the poison in that special alcohol he had? And they said no one else drinks it but him.
Great. How do we get him to drink it before he lets that thing loose on everything.
Listen, we either attack him now and go the obvious route, or we wait and wait for him to get poisoned. I don't know.
mean,
We can't have it all.
It
Which
seems
one of
like
us? Oh, go ahead.
it seems like if he's got it this under control, maybe if he still comes in here, I don't know. I feel like Pup might still be able to impersonate him and maybe have control over this Fluffy. Maybe. No.
It's a big maybe. It's just a big maybe.
I think so. I think that we should because probably definitely still go along with
It would be,
the thing.
All right, what? Someone said poison before? Who's been holding out on the poison?
Poison for sure will happen.
What kind of, what kind of poison is it?
Well, we were both paralyzed.
Not
And
me.
somebody else was paralyzed.
Because
with me.
you drank it, because it was injected into you, because
It was
you
in the
licked
knife.
a frog.
Amara
All
did
right.
it. She had it on her knives.
All right, well
and I got
maybe
Yeah,
those
we have
potions.
let's maybe put one on a projectile, shoot it at him, and then go from there. No?
Good plan. I could do that. I've missed almost every single one of my bow and arrow shots. So, but I don't mind taking another.
I've
Day's all
never
dead.
missed one of my kunai shots, so
What's a kunai? Again,
Does
My
that
knife.
pierce?
Knife.
it's a knife. It's a knife shot.
Play Ghost of
Oh,
Tsushima.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a candy cane. I get you.
Yeah. I mean, that's maybe a good idea. Maybe she just throws that kunai at him, and hopefully we get him. And if not, then we're gonna have to go out there and do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, I
I
mean,
think
here's
that
the
maybe
thing,
we need both the kunai and your arrow. I want to say we need all of it, maybe
I
more.
mean, do we all just go with, like, just cheap shot from the shadows, all of us?
Yeah.
From the shadows?
Yeah. I mean, we're in a shadowy house.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
letting that thing loose. It's probably loose by now. We've been talking a while.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
let's
for
hedge
2
our bet,
seconds.
right? I have a spare knife.
Half
I
the
can
place
throw a
is
dagger
dead.
at him.
I know, I do too. Everyone, give it out. Give it out. How much do we have?
How much do we have?
You had 3
Everyone
vials.
said something!
3 vials, so you had 3 doses of poison.
Do you think a vial will cover just one implement, or do you
Yes.
think one vial could be used
Yeah.
for several implements?
Each vial,
Like,
the vials are
not only
very
do I
small.
think that-
They're little, tiny little vials. You just coat the edge of them.
Vials of tears. Got it.
All right.
Guys.
Which 3? Let's do it quick. He's letting that thing loose. Quickly. Quickly.
I'll throw a dagger. I've got one. I've got a spare.
Yep,
All right. Don't miss. Don't miss. Who's the 3rd?
I never miss.
I can
Actually,
I only have one
oh,
dagger.
shit, I should look that up.
I have 2 daggers.
Because technically we should be able to dip our thing in it and not use up the whole vial.
You know,
Right.
I'll
Each
use
vial,
my.
they're very small. They're like little vials. You just coat the.
Would it even work if we put it in the wine?
Maybe. You don't know. I mean, it seems
We
like
do know
it
it works when you cut with
yeah, it did work when you were wounding somebody with it.
We've got some extra stuff we could dump in there, maybe as a precaution. But yeah, I instead of my dagger, I would rather I'll soak up the edge of a arrow tip, an arrowhead.
Yep, I'll do the same with my kunai.
Don't miss.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
the
Is there a
3rd?
third?
I never miss. Never tell me the odds.
I mean, yeah, I'll do an arrow too. So I
Okay.
don't have to, yeah.
All right. So all 3 of you coat a kunai and 2 arrows. Where are you guys shooting at him from?
The most advantageous position,
Is there
obviously.
like a window?
There's that window.
The one with
yeah.
the direct line of sight.
So you 2 can sit like on Rezik's shoulders, even though his one shoulder is pretty bruised up. Maybe Rezik can.
Just
or,
like
yeah,
this,
Rezik.
the dead sister.
Yeah, and
the
Rezik, you can hold up one. Yeah.
I'll go on his back.
And then Pup, you
there
have
a-
to throw. You might have to get to like around the side of the house or something. Because
Yeah.
throwing through the window would be hard.
Yeah.
So give me a stealth check as you kind of creep around.
Just so I
Stealth
know.
check. Oi,
Is there a
what's the
chimney?
problem, Rizik?
What do you got,
Just just so I know my part in this little production. What do we do once they're fired? Are we attacking? Are we pretending we're buddies?
Honestly, we haven't gotten that far. We get there, and I leave.
Hopefully he dies.
You start to
if
hear
we
like
figure it
yeah,
out
you
from
start to
there.
hear a chains as he walks over. He's now kneeling at the last chain.
Awesome.
We don't
What
have
was your
time.
stealth check?
Figure it out.
Yeah.
I think we stay in here. It depends whether or not he unchains
an
that thing.
8?
If he doesn't, we see if we maybe draw him in. I don't know. We'll kill him. Whatever.
No one else is there, so we'll hit
no.
him.
He doesn't
Who
seem
rolled
to
an 8 on
notice
stealth?
you.
Oh my god!
Unfortunately,
No!
immediately, that wolf head that's almost
Are
the
you a
size
Kodo?
of
Are you
your
a Kodo?
body
Are you a Kodo?
just kind of sniffs the air and then starts growling in your direction. But Akodo's still working on that lock. He doesn't seem to have noticed.
Why aren't
it.
you a Kodo?
All of you guys can make an attack with advantage
Yes.
since you're attacking
Yes.
as an unseen. As an
Just
unseen.
gonna attack. Just,
Oh, it's about to.
Yeah.
It's about to go
With
down.
advantage?
Are we all
Advantage.
attacking?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
all of us chat below my dice, please. Can I get a in chat?
That's a 24 from me.
I got a 19.
Ooh.
21.
All right.
I cannot sit in my chair.
Okay, all of you guys roll
Panicking. I'm
damage,
so sweaty.
and I'm gonna roll a whole bunch of Constitution saving
Do we
throws.
get extra poison damage perchance?
That is eight.
This
What do I get,
poison
plus
doesn't
3
do
with
extra
that?
damage; it just does a poison effect.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, 9.
Can we get a merch shirt for Kate that just says "I'm so sweaty"?
Honestly, it's like, huh? I'm just like not
get
being
it?
able to sit in my chair properly.
Can I get it? Where
I
it's like
haven't died. That's why I wear shirts like
chain.
this so that I can just
Flap it out.
So
I know that game.
I used to be like that until I stopped using antiperspirant, and then
antidepressant.
depression.
yeah. I almost-
What are your damages? Everyone, give me a damage.
9.
So I forget I roll d6 and add dexterity, right?
Yes.
It's been so long.
You've just been sneaking in the shadows.
7.
7.
Also 7.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. All 3 of you hit. He goes, "Shoo-doo-doo." And he doesn't even look in your direction. He just clumps, just falls down. And you can't tell really if he's alive or not, because immediately that wolf head that was looking at you, pup, snarls and just dives at you, barking loudly. Hits that chain at the edge of its leg, and it's reaching at you, and it is maybe a foot away from you. Its jaws, the size of your body, just and it starts clawing at you, and the other 2 heads reach around, and you see that snake serpent head is incredibly long. You guys all see this, and it's pulling at that chain, and it didn't break it yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Reza, can you make him look delicious or something?
Make him look delicious or something.
Yeah.
I will make this. Oh God, I don't know.
Make a Kodo delicious.
Yes.
I will make the smell of fresh, like raw, like bloody meat come from Okoto, like very heavy smell of like blood and like raw meat.
And
if
raw
that helps
meat?
at all.
Just some Wagyu beef.
You
Yeah.
make that
Oh,
Wagyu
God.
beef smell. Unfortunately, it doesn't
We
seem
could just
like
kill it. I don't.
that smell seems ineffective. This thing looks like it is out for a different kind of blood. It just saw Pup throw that dagger at what you can assume is its master, and it is just rabid, going crazy. This thing's body is like the size of the hut you guys are hiding in. Immediately we
Trust.
switch to
Can
Trust
I-
save us.
Can I
Trust
just,
save
like,
we
us.
switch to
as
some
soon
battle
as it,
music.
like-
Here we go.
As soon as it like reaches. I want to go around the corner and turn into a Kodo.
Well, you can do that after you roll initiative.
Arg.
Oh snap!
Damn you.
Yes! Sorry, I mean, what? I haven't been
So I'm
waiting
not-
for combat for the
I'm
last.
not in this.
What episode is it? 17? I haven't been waiting for 17 episodes for combat. Not me.
Just fought something.
It rolled under my computer, but it's a natural 20
Ooh.
with a
suspect.
+2 for a 22.
All right, 22. What
22
else we got?
initiative. Damn.
Just yell 'em. 18.
18. Twinsies.
Who wants to go
14 for
first?
me.
Pup or Rezik?
Are we doing it off of Dex, or are we doing it off of whoever wants to go first?
Whoever wants to go first.
Pup should go first.
Okay, Pup's going first. You had 14, Jason?
14.
14?
I'm 19,
Ooh, 19.
but I'm not a part of this.
Dresden, you got a 1. Yeah. But and I'm not a part of this? Is that what you just said?
Was it Bobby's dice or was it your
It
dice?
wasn't Bobby's dice this time.
All right,
Oh, God.
this thing snapping and goes just crazy, rabid, angry, trust. Immediately you see this thing happen and you jump to react.
Oh,
Oh,
muted.
you're muted.
Thank you.
Hysteria.
As I jump to react, I want to just test it out, see if it speaks Infernal. And I just want to be like, we're not here to harm you. We're here for the bad guy in Infernal.
Give me a animal handling check.
Oh, an animal handling check.
How big is this thing?
Oh!
It was 40 feet from tail to head, and it's about 15 feet tall at its highest point. The serpent head maybe 20 feet.
I lost it!
The wolf head looks like it could.
completely out of
Bless
frame.
you.
Oh my
Balloon
looks like
can.
it looks like she's in like a laser tag arena.
Oh, let's all go play laser tag once this thing is all
Yeah.
over.
Just make up a number.
I hate laser
Yeah,
tag.
I
My
would.
gun never works, or I suck. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say my gun never works, and I always get really mad.
That shit is gone. I don't know where that
My
is.
gun
Okay.
doesn't work.
Love of God.
Just make up a number.
It's
28.
a 10.
A 10. You're unsure, but you yell this out and you watch it just for a second. You really key into this thing, and it doesn't look like it has that kind of cognitive intelligence that something that uses verbal speech would use.
Has as much as intelligence as I did when I rolled that die. Okay, well, then if it's not understanding me, I guess I will. Where am I in evil laugh, choke on spit? God damn it. Where am I? Am I like in the group? Can I be in front of the group?
Well, you're all in that building right now. The only person who's outside of that building is Kate.
So if I used Thunderwave, it would be a bad idea?
I mean, you'd have
Just
to
direct it outside.
you'd have to jump out the window to use it.
Oh,
Or if
wait,
someone-
I'm confused on the setup.
You could like so you're
building.
in a circular building here,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
the beast is right outside to the side of you, attacking at Pup, who's just to the side of the building because they were trying to hide.
Got it. Then I'll cast Bane on the creature.
Okay. What's the save?
Charisma 13.
Charisma save?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel that swirling, chaotic interference take hold. What did we say it looked like last time? What did you say?
I believe it came out of the tips of my claws as a black smoke, thick, inky smoke, and swirled around the creature in question.
So that starts going around this creature, and it seems like your bane has taken hold. Is that all you're doing?
I can't do much.
No. I mean, like, is that all you're doing this turn? You can move. No. I meant, like, do you want to move? You have your move action. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
So all you got? Taunts the DM.
Since Pup is right next to it, I will give Pup some bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that sound like?
It sounds like, watch your Pup! Get out of the way! I believe in you! You will not almost die this time!
This time.
This time.
All right,
I do
Cornelia,
be dying.
you fire that arrow, and then you see that giant beast, multi-headed beast, start snapping at what you can assume is Pup.
I am going to ask a question to the DM.
Roll for question.
Now, is this an action question or a bonus action?
Sidebar.
Okay.
So if I do minor illusion, that actually is an action. It's not that I can't use it as a bonus action, huh?
action,
Because that's just hide and oh dang.
Yeah, you have to cast the spell.
I don't want to waste it. Okay, I think I'm just gonna try to shoot another arrow at it, just to maybe the one that's looking at Pup.
Okay.
The head that's looking at Pup. I'm gonna shoot an arrow in its
wolf
eyeball.
head with that bone carapace.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot an arrow.
Oh. It ends up being a 4. So yeah.
4. You shoot the arrow and ba-ding, bounces off the horns of some other head, some big goat ram head with these huge swirling horns, and the second it bounces off, that head just looks straight at you with ire, pained anger. Anything else?
In the house?
Yep.
Bonus action hide.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Rogue stuff. Rogue stuff.
12.
12. All right. Pup. Pup, give me an animal handling
Okay.
real quickly.
Oh, I guess I have the doggies on me, huh?
Yeah.
Animal handling. 8.
8. Okay. Yeah. So you
nice.
These animals on your belt obey your commands, but it's not easy to maneuver with them attached to you. I mean, they're clearly freaked out, snarling and barking, so you can like hobble your way over there, but you'd be moving at half speed.
That's fine. How far is it?
Let me see. So you're right there. It would be approximately...
I cannot see it.
It would be about 30 feet to get around the building out of sight.
So where's the shooting? Right in front of them? Did it get hit in the eye? Is it like distracted at all? By like the
wolf and the serpent head seem transfixed on you. The ram head seems distracted by something else.
Okay.
Someone else.
Thanks. How far away am I?
You're like a foot away from this thing.
What from it? You know
And
what?
the serpent head's ready to just strike out at you because the wolf head can't quite reach.
I'm gonna bonk it. I'm gonna bonk it.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonk the wolf.
Bonk the wolf. Give me an attack.
Yep. Great. Bonk. With my little baby stuff. My little stuff. Waffy waffy. 21.
21 hits. Roll damage.
Excellent. We do in fact love to see it. 9 damage.
9.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you hit the wolf on the head, and it hits that super hard carapace, and immediately your hands go numb from the vibrations of just like the staff just wobbling, and it if it did any noticeable damage to this thing, you can't tell.
I'm a foot away.
And yeah,
I'm
you're
a
like
foot
right up
away,
in its
but
face.
it's chained.
It's chained. Well, and the wolf head barely can't reach you, but that serpent head is poised.
Then I am going to bonus action step of the wind, disengage, and run away.
Okay, so you disengage and back up. That serpent
As far
head
as possible.
lashes out at one of the dogs on your belt as you move away. You disengaged. And shoo, that chain, that dog on your left, gone. You disengage back. Rezik.
Okay, so am I in the house or the shack or whatever? Or
Yeah.
Okay, I'm inside there. Would it take a long time to get outside and around the building to go to like join the fight, or should I just like fire out of one of the windows?
Well, it would be faster to fire out one of the windows.
Okay.
But if you wanted to run outside, it would probably be about 20 feet, and then it's about a 30-foot run around the building. So it's 50 feet.
Okay, I'll just go out the window then.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I think since we have a pretty big team this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use just a firebolt this go around.
Okay.
So I'm going to Incento, and I'm gonna lob a fireball, or no, a firebolt. Natural 20.
Ooh,
So that's great.
critical hit.
Bobby dies.
Yeah.
All dice are Bobby dice, technically.
Nice.
Okay. So it's a D10, so that's 10 plus 6 then, so 16.
16 points of fire damage. Smash against this thing. Also roll a D100.
Okay. 44.
44. So you seem to hit this thing, and it hits the snake in one of its scales, and it seems to really damage and burn the snake head. But because of its easily maneuvered, very strong muscular structure, it doesn't seem to do any extra damage, other than the damage it does from being a firebolt. You gonna do anything else?
That is. Let's see. Do I have any bonus? No, I don't really have any. That's gonna be me. Yeah, that's me.
All right, Kelwise, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll take another stab with an arrow.
Okay.
Man, but they're just like bouncing off though.
It was a low roll. That was why it bounced off.
Yeah, but no, like everyone's attacks have kind of bounced off.
Yeah, that's
more or
why it
less.
bounced off.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's hard to tell.
but,
This
yeah.
thing is just so massive that it's like, your arrow looks like a thumbtack in comparison.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Is this a monstrosity?
Why do you ask?
I'm just wondering. Just
Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah. It would be
Okay.
considered a monstrosity.
Okay, I don't know if that helps me, but but that's good to know.
Great to know. Great to know.
Try something. What are you
Good.
thinking?
Might be doing some reading between now and next.
Now's the time.
We're gonna go at a 10-minute break.
Yeah, pause this. I'm just gonna go do some reading real quick.
Running out the clock.
I'm just gonna shoot. Yeah, I'm just like
Filibuster.
dribbling the ball, just like getting ready for that free throw. Yeah, I'll just shoot an arrow at it. I think it's got to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a thing for rangers. Monstrosities. What's your favored enemy?
It's monstrosities. Turns out.
Okay.
It turns out, or you just decided.
No, it is.
Did write it down.
That is my
That's what
favorite
you said.
enemy.
That's what he
That's
just wrote
why I
down.
asked.
That's what he just wrote down.
It's
Lay off
Here.
it, Cullen.
right here on the page where I wrote it.
But I
it wouldn't
have-
really apply to this.
I have advantage on wisdom and intelligence throws, which doesn't really help. So that was.
Give him a riddle. See if that works.
I will.
Riddle me this.
Come on.
So that was only a 12. It was a 12.
Again,
Attack.
you shoot, and there's so many hard facets. The scales of that snake, the carapace of the wolf, the horns of the ram, and it just bounces off ineffectually. And Kelwise, you hear a click, and you think it's your arrow for a second until you see that last chain whip into the air as it is just broken free. And that's when you hear it. It's an awful, ripping, tearing sound of wood just being obliterated. The entire house you're in explodes as this ram head just comes straight into the building, splintering, exploding, throwing you all. Everyone but Pup. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Man. Oh, give me something good.
God damn it! All right, get rolled in the tape.
All right, cool. I mean, maybe cool. I got a 10. It's
18.
average.
17.
15.
Oh,
9.
Good team. Oh, that's a great.
but I was hiding, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hiding from the debris, so the hurricane didn't find me, and that's how I survived.
It's like going to the table, earthquake situation.
Oh god.
All right. Everyone takes 11 points of damage, except for
sweet
those who
lord.
saved take 5 points of damage. As
Wait, who saved?
Was that-
I'm sorry.
yeah, what-
Anyone over a 14 saved.
Okay. 5.
And then 10.
11 points of damage and 5.
All right.
So
You a nighty night?
this
Yeah, I'm out.
place explodes. You guys aren't just sent flying sideways. You guys are sent flying in every direction, up in the air. The whole party just flying through the air. Dresden, you kind of clock this for a second as you're just like, oh my god, how do I keep ending up in the air like this?
How many points was that before the halving?
11.
11? 11? Okay, great.
Dresden's literally in
He's
4
gonna
pieces
be
now.
like negative 30, I think,
Yeah.
right now.
The ram smashes it. The wolf howls and the snake lets out a sonic screech which almost blows your eardrums all at the same time. You guys kind of land on the ground. Some of you on your feet, some of you on your backs, and roll to your feet. Basically, this place is decimated. This area is not okay. Dresden, you're up.
Great. So I had a question just on like the tip of my tongue. It's like looking around, like, is this strictly necessary? And then I was in the air. I would like to reach down. Oh God, I can't. Okay, first things first. I'd like to make a second wind, and try and get an HP or a million back. Oh wait, no, that's oh God, I wish it was that. It's not that type of die. Okay. At which point, how far am I from everyone? Everything?
Who are you looking for?
Well, like,
I mean, everyone's scattered around. It?
Yeah.
You're about 20 feet away from it.
Great. I'm just gonna reach down into my hip and pull out that potion that I ripped off of Kellick's body.
Yes.
The grow big potion.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna down it.
All right. You basically grow into a large creature, as if with the
Oh my god.
Bold actions.
Yeah. With all the what's the growth spell? Enlarge spell. That's what it is.
Okay.
But also, it's feeding you with extra energy. It's not just a growth potion. It's a growth potion laced with core.
Oh no!
Enlarge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be addicted by the end of this.
So you're basically large now, and you can swing the Herniax without disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No.
You get an extra 1d4 damage, +2 on top of that, and then you have advantage with strength checks and saving throws with strength.
I just imagine the scene from Civil War where like Ant-Man gets big.
Oh, actually, it says the target's weapons also grow to match its new size. So, so your Herniax still gets
Double
disadvantage, but it now does 2d20 damage.
Yes.
That's just silly.
Only because it's laced with core though. That you start to see Dresden just grow into this monstrosity himself as the Herniax also grows into this monstrosity. He's still not able to wield it very well. It starts to glow and glitter with that purple energy.
It's bigger than the house we were just in.
Yeah.
I just want to try to lick his leg to get the core.
Dresden, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh heaven!
Oh my god.
Because your axe is so big.
No, for the core.
So big.
Hey, if I live, I can get the enlarge reduce spell at next level. So this can be a thing we do a lot.
Oh, you mean at level 3 that we should have been at a long time ago?
A con save?
Yeah.
That is 7.
A 7. Oof. You take 4 points of damage as the core starts to eat your body away.
Oh
But
my!
you are otherwise unharmed.
Damn.
Oh, otherwise, I've got flesh-eating PCP in my veins, but that's fine.
Casual.
That's great.
Now we know why the booger needs so
This
many parts.
potion doesn't seem like it's well made. It's raw. It's poorly mixed.
Don't
It's
do
not.
drugs, kid.
Yeah.
Especially not drugs you take off the dead
All
bodies.
right. So what are you doing?
Well, I mean, the bonus action it was second wind, and I think action to use my my guy.
That's right.
So
That's right.
That's pretty much it. But I'm not in quite yet. I'm just gonna sort of stand there, breathing heavy.
All right.
Mouth breather.
Trust.
Taking it all in, yeah.
Trust. You were just thrown. Splinters
Sure.
of wood all through your body. Every time you move, you feel the pain of just splinters wreathing your body. What are you doing?
I can't do anything helpful. How close am I to this thing?
Let's see.
Well, how far? Like how far away did it get thrown? I guess?
You're a good 35 feet away. You got just blown sky high.
Sure.
And I didn't make it
30
super
feet
clear
away.
earlier, but I am unconscious.
Yeah.
If anyone didn't
Yeah.
know, I am not moving.
I am still down.
I think most people are still trying to make sure that they have all their body parts intact right now.
Okay,
So that's-
this
let's
might
get
be. This might be really. I really want this to work. I'm going to cast dancing lights.
Okay.
And
that was your Thunder Wave time.
that
That
takes
was your time for Thunder
concentration.
No, I can't
So,
use
your
Thunder Wave. I
dancing
wasted
lights-
my last spell slot curing Bobby, who's now gone.
Your dancing lights is going to take Bane off of the monster because they're both concentration.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'll cast a vicious mockery. Is the only thing I can do.
Okay. It rolls a wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save 13.
Does that not still break concentration? I don't know how that works.
No, vicious mockery I don't think does. No.
That's good. Good.
How do you mock it?
You ugly-headed, free-beast, mishmashed, zombified, giant misfit! How dare you attack my friends!
Okay. Roll some damage.
Okay. 1d4.
We're
Just
friends.
1d4 psychic damage. Whoops, that's not my little... 4!
Oh, all right. Seems to affect him. All right, who's next? Cornelia. You as well are covered in just little tiny splinters, just bleeding from everywhere. Just a little bit, but from everywhere.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna go check on the unconscious one.
Okay. So you run over to Rezik, who's on the ground. It seemed like a big, large piece of wood has just skewered into his abdomen.
Oh, can I try to? Can I do something about that?
Yeah. Roll a medical check.
I'm just gonna cover Bobby's mouth as I do it.
Like, yep, he's dead.
Thanks, Cullen.
I got a 7.
A 7. You grab this piece of wood, and then you really look at the wound, and in your head you're like, do you pull it out? Do you leave it in? Do you pull it out? Do you leave it in? And that thought wavers in your head. There is a right answer. What do you do?
I'm gonna just put a bandage on it.
Okay. You put a bandage on the plank of wood.
Around the wood.
All right. So you start to put gauze on the wood. All right. But unfortunately,
Around the
just-
wood.
yeah, around the wood. You're
be
trying to
like-
hold the blood into his body. Pup, this just exploded all around you. It looks bad. This thing does not look halted. It doesn't look damaged. It doesn't look even winded by any means. It just got started.
And I'm just in plain view.
You're like basically right in front of
There
him.
is nothing for me to hide behind.
Well, you could disengage and run around to
I
one
had
of the
already
other
disengaged.
buildings. Well, you disengaged last round. But you could disengage again because it's moved up to you, and kind of and like kind of get out. Or I mean, let's look at the window again.
On the middle. I am going to remove the doggies. I'm gonna tell my sister to run and hide. I'm gonna go animal handling. With advantage. Oh, thank God. 17. Oh. Oh. Oh.
I'll remember you.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Rezik, roll
Oh, is that my action?
oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, bonus action. I guess free action. Drop the belt. Technically.
Oh, is that a free action? Great. In that case, for my action, where is everybody?
All over the place. Just scattered into the wind.
All we are is dust.
Far away from the creature.
Let's see. We know where Trust is. We know where Cornelia is. You. Dresden's far away. I guess Kelwise is the only one we don't know. Ooh. Kelwise seems to be right at your feet. Just on the ground right next to you and the rest of the wolves. Of the big old...
Hey, bud. How you doing?
Good. Thanks. Building fell on me, but
That's rough, buddy.
could be worse.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna bonk it.
Okay. Give me a bonk check.
Mm, 14.
14 hits.
7.
7 points of damage, and again you hit this thing and your hands go numb immediately from the aftershocks of this vibrating thing.
Now, without disengaging, I would like to run behind a thing.
Without disengaging.
Well,
Okay.
I don't want to use another key point.
You do that and the wolf snaps at you with its jaws.
That's fine.
Narrowly,
15.
just narrowly missing you. Just
Thinking.
narrowly, almost 1 point away from what seems like certain doom. Rezik, roll a death save and then send it to me in Discord.
Okay, 1 second.
And while that's happening, Kelwise, literally a wolf head just, you're laying on the ground and a wolf head snaps at her, just, and it's like its teeth are almost the size of your torso.
Yeah, that's bad news. If I were to get to Bobby and cast Cure Wounds on him, would it help him at this point? While he's already unconscious?
So it would completely save him. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, so that's my goal. That's the goal.
All right, so if you're there, though, to run away and use that, you may incur an attack of opportunity if one of the other two heads attacks you. It's a risk.
Yeah, because
you are near the wolf head, so like maybe not.
You got the
Wait,
point.
so how large is he? Do I need to leave his sphere and get to Bobby? Is Bobby outside of like his area?
Yeah.
Bobby just move around him? Okay.
Well, Bobby was like, what did I say? 25 feet away?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's pretty far. I mean, you may or may not incur an attack of opportunity. It's a risk at this point.
Roll those dice.
Because you're pretty far under.
Let's roll some dice.
Okay.
It's a risk, and we've seen the damage rolls for these things.
So you jump
so
up.
Die trying to save you.
You jump up and you're like, "F it, I'm going for it."
I'm small.
And you hear that snake head waving back and forth, looking down on the battlefield, almost a general owning the space. And it doesn't seem to go after you.
Oh, thank God.
Let's.
It already had a reaction. Oh, okay.
Well, the wolf had a reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, they all have their own reactions? Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Level 2, Jaymes.
Roll a 1d8.
So it goes.
Add
It
your
uses
wisdom.
legendary action to attack. It's like, Jesus.
Don't worry. I haven't used any of its legendary actions yet.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally.
That's a 4.
You rolled a 4? Plus
Yeah.
whiz?
No, sorry, 3 and then plus wisdom.
Oh, okay. So, Rezik, you just, while Cornelius trying to blot the blood, that piece of wood just kind of goes, thunk, pops out of his body, and that wound starts to slowly heal. Not all the way, but stitched together enough, and Rezik just breathes in his first breath in what seems like hours, but it was only a couple seconds.
Did we win? Nope. Okay.
That's when
Nope, big nope. Gotta get you
all
up
hell
first.
breaks loose.
Oh, great.
You hear
Oh God.
a scream. The snake head rises up, and you start to see dripping come out of its mouth. Some kind of dark Icarus liquid, and just sprays the battlefield with a poison.
Such a bad idea.
And misses.
You do remember how, like, we're level 2, right? And how we didn't get a rest between last game and this one. Cool.
Murder.
Pup and Kelwise, you are the only two hit by this poison spray as it just floods the battlefield. Kelwise, you jump right behind Cornelia and block Bobby as this poison goes, and it just drenches you. And Pup, you get hit by this as well. And you take 1 damage, but roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no.
My God.
11.
11.
Flaked with corn.
Finally.
Ooh, a 10.
Can someone open this for me?
Um,
Got it. Ow.
you start to feel
What
faint.
is it?
You start to feel weak.
It can reach
You both just feel nauseous and poisoned. You now have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
That's when that ram head to the next building, and boom, the next building to your left just explodes.
We gotta get out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
is
we
this the one,
have
wait,
to run away for sure.
Wait, is that the one that I was hiding behind? I was hiding behind a building.
Were you behind
Wait,
the
how
building?
did I get hit? Yeah. I got past
well then
the,
I apologize. You weren't poisoned.
Haha.
Now roll a
Jaymes.
dexterity saving throw for the building that just exploded.
There's no winning. I love it.
16.
Ooh, 16. So you only take half damage as this building explodes.
God.
3. So you take 1 damage. Dresden, you look down on this battlefield, and you're still, you're enormous, but you're still not eye to eye with this monster.
No, of course not.
Maybe the
That'd be too
wolf
much
head, even though it's on all
That'd be a
fours,
fair fight.
but that snake head still towers over you, and that ram, its horns are just so thick and hard. It looks not good. What are you doing?
Scooping
right.
all of us up and carrying us off. Yes.
I'm
great.
How many people could I possibly carry?
Me,
just a
please.
side thought running through my brain. Like, how big did I become roughly?
If you can
Your
hold that,
movement's got to be double.
if you
right?
can hold
That's
the
nuts.
the Herniax at this size, you could easily hold everybody else.
Okay, level with me. Killed a lot of people. I'm looking at this thing. Do we even have a chance, in my estimation?
At this point, this thing looks well beyond your. Just by gauging how much fight it has left in it, because that's a lot of this stuff is endurance.
Right.
It looks like it has just begun. And then you look at the damage, even that big old firebolt that hit it. You're like, man, it's just got so much mass, so much muscle that you would need endurance to just chip away at
Great.
this thing.
Okay. So how many legs does it have?
It has 4 legs.
4 legs. All right. Okay. Where are most people behind-ish me? You said I was about maybe 20 feet away
It's
or
kind
something
of like
that.
a half, like a quarter circle. You guys are all in different areas.
All right.
Yeah, Rezik, Kelwise, and Cornelia are all in one area. Pup is kind of to your left, and Trust is also to your left, kind of near the gate. You could try and probably snatch everybody up if you wanted to in an action, but you'd have to roll a. You'd have to roll dexterity. A dexterity check to make sure you grabbed everyone. 1, 2, didn't crumple people's bodies as you're grabbing them quickly.
Okay. Oh god, yeah, just shoving everyone into. Oh god, you're like bread at the bottom of the shopping bag.
Just like the.
Yeah.
Might be better than being crushed by the ram head. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
But you would probably have to drop the Herniax.
That's the thing. You said that it misted, it almost appeared in my hands before.
Yes.
Okay. I dropped the giant fucker.
And you hear.
And I just start.
The very ground around you shakes from the sheer mass of this thing.
I just start fucking running around full Lenny, just trying to scoop everybody the hell up.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Oh god. Okay. Super dupe. It's gonna be great, guys.
What's his face's body look like on the ground right now? Has he been trampled yet?
No.
He's a pancake.
He was.
Yeah,
he
no,
was,
he's under like
he
2
was
buildings worth
unhooking.
of rubble, of course.
No, he was in the back where the cages were. So, I mean, he might have taken some damage where he was at, but you can't really see where he is now. There's a giant raging beast kind of blocking your path.
Oh, so the beast is between us and the other cages and our way out?
No. The way out is clear. They're
the
between you,
opposite
Akoto, and the cages in the back.
Got it.
Okay. Dex check or dex
Yeah.
save?
Dex check.
It doesn't matter. It's a 14.
Okay. Rezik, you all are just swept up in these huge, strong, veiny arms.
Oh. God.
Shoo! You got them all.
Great.
Oh.
I'm just going to turn and fucking book it.
You're gonna like jump the fence?
The hell out of there. Yeah, I mean, I want to head maybe just kind of south, right? Is there?
Yeah.
If that's where the gate. Well,
Here.
southwestish. Yeah.
Can I say something to him, like, as he's doing this? Since I'm now in his arms?
I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
What if we bust open the rest of the damn cages? Then all the damn animals is gonna fight each other, and we can get out of here.
Or they'll eat everyone alive.
Don't see how we're gonna hide from this thing.
Well, there's other places to go. Oh God, this is just bad. It's bad decisions.
And as he's running, can I like minor illusion, just something to distract, like a.
Yeah. So I'm just heading towards the gate and getting the hell out of there.
Run away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Not definitely want to go in, handle it, believe in you.
Asshole. Oh my God.
Oh, thank God someone knows a way out of this friggin' place.
Jesus Christ.
That's rough. That was rough, guys.
Ooh.
That what she said.
That was rough.
Well,
I mean, hopefully that poison killed him. Maybe 3 doses stopped someone's heart. Who knows?
You know, if it
guess
didn't,
we'll find
whatever.
out.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out.
Never.
We appreciate everything. I will send those stickers out tonight.
And that's
Also, we have a podcast, and all our past streams are on YouTube if you want to check those out and catch up or see what's been going on. Check out our Instagram. Daye, Kate, and Melissa have their own streaming channels that they do all week. So check that out in the About section. We're going to go raid somebody, but thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Pacific. Peace.
bye-bye.
Adios.
Hopefully we don't.